You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key in Noonan, Georgia, home of Braves Country with Mac Magee and the Armchair Quarterbacks, weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern, right here on The Key and YouTube.com at Braves Country. Braves Country today. We're talking Southern sports. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE. Braves Country today. Southern sports talk with the voice of Braves Country baseball, Mac Magee. Joined every day from sports analysts from all over Braves Country, talking college football, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and what's trending in the world of sports. Braves Country today. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE. Hey, Braves fans, I'm Mac Magee with Braves Country. We'll be right here on The Key all year long giving you Braves Country baseball, pitch by pitch, inning by inning of your Atlanta Braves. Make sure to catch Braves Country right here on The Key. We go live 3 to 5. And we'll keep you up to date on the upcoming schedule for Braves Country. That's Braves Country HD and Braves Country baseball right here on The Key. Lineup for yesterday by Ogden Ash. A is for Alex, the great Alexander. More goose eggs he pitched than a popular gander. B is for Bresnahan, back of the plate. The Cubs were his love and McGraw his hate. C is for Cobb, who grew spikes not corn and made all the basemen wish they weren't born. D is for Dean, the grammatical diz. When they asked who's the tops, said correctly I is. E is for Evers, his jaw in advance, never afraid to tinker with chance. F is for Fordham, and Frankie and Fish. I wish he were back with the Giants, I wish. G is for Gehrig, the pride of the stadium, his record pure gold, his courage pure radium. H is for Hornsby. When pitching to Raj, the pitcher would pitch, then the pitcher would dodge. I is for me, not a hard-hitting man, but an outstanding all-time, incurable fan. J is for Johnson, the big train in his prime, was so fast he could throw 3 strikes at a time. K is for Keeler, as fresh as green paint, the fastest and mostest to hit where they ain't. L is for LaHoy, whom Clevelanders love, Napoleon himself with glue in his glove. M is for Matty, who carried a charm in the form of an extra brain in his arm. N is for Newsom, Bobo's favorite Ken. You ask how he's here, he talked himself in. O is for Ott, of the restless right foot. When he leaned on the pellet stay put. P is for Plank, the arm of the A's. When he tangled with Matty, games lasted for days. Q is for Don Quixote, Cornelius Mack. Neither Yankees nor years can halt his attack. R is for Ruth, to tell you the truth. There's no more to be said, just R is for Ruth. S is for Speaker, swift center field tender. When the ball saw him coming, it yelled, I surrender. T is for Terry, the giant from Memphis, whose 400 average you can't overemphasize. U would be Ubel if Carl wore a Cockney, but we say Hubble in baseball like football in Rockney. V is for Vance, the Dodgers' very own Dazzy. None of his rivals could throw as fast as he. W, Wagner, the bow-legged beauty, short, close to all traffic with Honus on duty. X is the first of 2 X's in Fox, who was right behind Ruth with his powerful socks. Y is for Young, the magnificent sigh. People battled against him, but I never knew why. Z is for Zenith, the summit of fame. These men are up there, These men are the game. Lineup for yesterday, Ogden Nash, January 1949, Sport Magazine. Hey, Braves Country! Braves Country HD is bringing you Braves Country Baseball all year long. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. We'll be bringing you play-by-play, pitch-by-pitch, inning-by-inning of your Atlanta Braves. Braves Country comes to you every Tuesday night and Friday night, and 2 bonus games every week. Please like and subscribe to youtube.com/@BravesCountry. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought If only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult. He bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two." "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Well, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner. Braves Country today. We're talking Southern sports. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE. Braves Country today. Southern sports talk with the voice of Braves Country baseball, Mac Magee. Joined every day from sports analysts from all over Braves Country, talking college football, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and what's trending in the world of sports. Braves Country today. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE. Hey, Hey, Braves Country! Braves Country HD is bringing you Braves Country Baseball. Braves Country comes to you every Tuesday night and Friday night, and 2 bonus games every week. Hi, I'm Mac Magee, and we'll be bringing you play-by-play, pitch-by-pitch of your Atlanta Braves. It's free to listen. Please like and subscribe. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Braves Country Baseball for the fans, by the fans. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key in Noonan, Georgia.
You're in Braves Country.
Welcome in, Braves Country. We got the game coming up at 7:45. First pitch going to get you ready for tonight's action. Get you to the news at first. Let's get that out of the way first. Braves Country news. Couple of things not Braves related, but still of note. First things first. If you notice, there's one team left in Major League Baseball with neither a win. Not one single win. It's the Philadelphia Phillies. So the Philadelphia Phillies, who everybody had winning the NL East, giving the Braves the hardest time, they have yet to record a win. Still a long season, way too early, doing kind of celebrating, obviously. But that's not good, and Philly still has 2 more games on the road in the Bronx. Now, I mentioned this yesterday. That's a brutal schedule to start your season. You still don't want any kind of excuse coming out 0-4 when you're the defending National League champions. You want to go out and you need at least a win in the first 4. And to get swept at Texas is probably the most damning of it, especially considering the fact that they got to DeGrom like that. That's the one thing that you would have thought would have been the biggest issue, right? Getting to DeGrom. But instead, let's be honest, they pounded DeGrom, but Nola didn't hold up his end of the deal. Their entire pitching is what I kind of expected Philly to be. I still think Philly's going to be pretty good, but they're going to do it all at the plate, and their pitching is very, very suspect. Their bullpen's already falling apart, and anyone that thought that Craig Kimbrell was going to be some savior in that bullpen, I felt like that they way overpaid for him. I know some Braves fans wanted him to come back to Atlanta, and I wouldn't mind him per se, but not as a closer at this stage in his career, and not for the money that he was asking. Philly ended up giving him $10 million, and when you consider some of the pitchers that the Braves have on their staff, you can grab 4 or 5 pretty darn good relievers that we have on our staff right now, and it's not going to equate to $10 million. So Philadelphia, you looking at the it's kind of funny. I'm having to adjust this as on the screen, and I just realized I didn't have it scrolled down far enough for anybody to see Philadelphia. So there you have that. Philadelphia is so far down that I have to change the view of the scroll so that it can be seen. So there you go. Atlanta's in first place right now. We're 3-1. Just a half game in front of the Mets. A long way to go. We know that. What I like the most about this is that we're getting off and playing good baseball from the jump. And you know that was probably a focus in the spring, considering last year where we played so poorly. If you remember the last year, we started off splitting at home against Cincinnati. You didn't like losing the game on Sunday to Philly. To Washington. But the circumstances when you've got the rookie pitcher going and his nerves were there and he did not have it in the first inning. give Washington credit. They took advantage. And then Mackenzie Gore pitched a really good game. So that's the one loss we've had last night, if you missed it. Charlie Morton battled. He didn't look in tip-top form. But Charlie Morton did this last year, too. Took him a while to really get going. And the difference between Morton and a lot of other pitchers, first of all, he's got that veteran grit, and he finds a way to keep battling, staying in the game, and that helps for a couple of things. Not only did he get the W, and that's great, but he also didn't implode the bullpen, because the things that we've got going on here that I'm about to go over, we've got a tough stretch. A couple of news and notes. Max Fried did finally go to the IL. It will be retroactive to April 1st. Not 100% sure why it wouldn't be March 31st, but that's what the press release said. I mean, March 31st, they could have easily put him on there. We were off, but I guess that's how the numbers crunched. And I do know that one of the reasons why they were waiting so long, a lot of folks have asked about this, is the longer you wait, the less you got to pay other guys who are coming up. And so when it's all said and done, this is a business. Okay, so you got him going down to the IL. You've got Schuster going down to the minors, and he can't come back for 10 days. When they made that move, they knew they couldn't use him again for 10 days. So it gets a little tricky, a little interesting as we try to navigate the next couple of weeks. The next thing that you're looking at here is they had to DFA Jordan Luplow because they had to purchase the contract, as it's referred to, of tonight's starter, Dylan Dodd. So Luplow is going to get DFA'd. We'll see if he makes through. He'll probably get scooped up, but I don't think that's necessarily the end of the world. Luplow's a good depth piece, but he's not going to be the difference on whether or not this team makes a serious run. So those are all the major moves that have come across. We got other things that we'll get into in the broadcast tonight, but that's the major bullet points. So then the next thing that we're looking at is, what is this team going to look like pitching wise for the next several days, the next couple of weeks, right? And one of them, you've got Dylan Dodd going tonight. You've got Bryce Elder. That's the other move. I think I failed to mention that. Bryce Elder came up. So Bryce Elder comes up. He's pitching tomorrow. So this is really a makeshift type of deal. But the Braves, you can tell right there that they were not very impressed by Schuster's outing. And they're looking at not putting, and it's also for the overall development of Jarrett, they're looking at not putting him back out there against the Padres this weekend. So we've got Dodd going tonight. We've got Elder going tomorrow. Thursday, the home opener is Spencer Strider, which everyone will be excited about that. And he will be on regular rest because of the one quirky day off on last Friday. Your opening day starter going down didn't mean that we had to bring up you would be forced to do a bullpen game on Thursday on the home opener. That's not really what you want to do, right? Home opener, opening day, you want to have a good night. You'd prefer not to have a bullpen game. But Friday night, most likely it's going to be a bullpen game. That would be my guess. They could bring someone up, But my guess is it's going to be a bullpen game. What's tricky about that is if they do a bullpen game, the Braves don't have another day off until the 13th, and that is a week from Thursday. So that becomes really, really tricky to navigate. But as it sets up right now, most likely it's going to be Dylan Dodd tonight, his major league debut. Bryce Elder comes back tomorrow. He didn't pitch great the other night, but he didn't pitch terribly. He was okay. And look, honest engine for the Braves to continue to win a lot of games during this stretch where they don't have Wright, they don't have Free. The offense is going to have to click. And that's why you've got one of the best offenses in baseball. So Dodd tonight, Elder tomorrow, Strider opening night at Truist Park, and then most likely Friday night bullpen game. That will be another broadcast. We're bringing you the games tonight, tomorrow afternoon, 1:15 first pitch, and Friday, and that is a 7:20 first pitch. Now, the tricky thing about the Friday game, if you're thinking about watching or whatnot, it's on Apple Plus. And so, once again, you get another streaming system that doesn't do you any good if you have the MLB package, et cetera, wherever you're at, or if you have Bally Sports, et cetera. That game is only going to be on Apple Plus. So we will do the live play-by-play of that game. So that's Friday night, Saturday Morton, and then back to Dylan Dodd on Sunday Night Baseball. And that game's on ESPN. We're going to do that game as well. So busy week for us, obviously, but a tricky week for the Atlanta Braves. And then if you want to fast forward all the way through, Bryce Elder would then take the ball again on Monday. And then Kyle Wright, his first day of eligibility, if all goes well, he'll take the ball next Tuesday night. I'm excited about that because Tuesday night baseball, as most of y'all know, we do a game every Tuesday night. So Tuesday night baseball, we'll have that game. I'm excited to be able to dive into the Kyle Wright first outing. Most likely they'll send Elder down at that point because he will have pitched. And once you send a guy down, you can't bring him back up for 10 days, but he will have pitched. So you know he's not pitching for at least 5 or 6. Then Strider would pitch again on Wednesday. This is next Wednesday. And then we get the day off. When we get the day off, we get kind of reset it. And Morton would pitch on Friday, Dodd on Saturday, and Max Fried would be eligible. I think I said 10, but I meant 15. It's 10 if it's before the season started. It's 15 once the season begins. So it's a 15-day IL. Max Fried will be eligible on the 16th to come back. And at that point, Dodd just pitching on that Saturday night. At that point, Max Fried would come back, and Dodd would most likely go back down. But it's a long way away. If you're Dylan Dodd, you want to go out there and pitch well for many reasons. And one of the reasons is you do not want to you don't want to get set down because of poor performance, and you want to set yourself up where, look, you hate to even bring it up, but another injury could happen between now and then and he stays up. Or they decide to go to a 6-man rotation because you're pitching really well and they want to ease everyone into the season. There's a number of reasons, but as of right now, that would be the option. If they were to keep them up, it would be because, assuming everybody's healthy, it would be because that they're going to do a 6-man rotation, which they've talked about in the past. But I don't think Anthopoulos is very keen on it because when you do that, if the 6 guys don't pitch deep into games, you can put some stress on your bullpen. If Major League Baseball ever gets to a point where they expand to 27 or expand it to where you can carry more pitchers, the Braves may do that one day. But as of right now, you can only carry 13, and you put the 15, you put the 5 guys into your rotation, you put a 6th one, that gives you a 7-man bullpen. And that may sound fine to most folks. When you look at a stretch like this, when we're not going to have a day off for quite some time, you can get your guys in some trouble. Because all it takes is one guy to not have a good start, and then the next night, there's a lot of pressure on that starting pitcher to go 6, hopefully 7 innings. And the starting pitcher doesn't love it when you put him out there, right? You put him out there, and what ends up happening, they say, well, you got to take one for the team, and your ERA gets ballooned because you don't have it or you're exhausted. So it's really tricky to be able to run these bullpens and run these pitching staffs. And that's why the guys get paid the big bucks that they do. Of course, you're also dealing with injuries and all that kind of stuff. So there you have that. We'll obviously get into the starting lineups just before first pitch. But that's tonight. This is going to be one of the funner Major League debuts that I can remember. And it's very key to realize Dylan Dodd's from the area. He's not he's not far from St. Louis. In fact, he went to college right down the road. We'll get into all of that in the broadcast, but they're expecting him to have quite a few family members in the stands, which is always cool. And I honestly think that's why they did it the way they did it. Remember, Schuster was from the Northeast and went to school on Tobacco Road. So getting his debut in Washington really played into his folks being able to come out and see him. And I also think they were trying to do Schuster a solid and let him start against the Nationals. You trying to tell me Charlie Morton wouldn't have loved to start the first game against the Nationals? Instead, he had to face a really good St. Louis lineup, and St. Louis, I still think they're going to be a really good team. I know they didn't look great last night, but I would be shocked if they're not the National League Central champions. Milwaukee is looking better than I expected. I will say that. Their offense, mainly, we know Milwaukee's going to pitch, but they've been scoring and at a high pace, so that's going to be a fun deal right there, watching the Brewers and the Cardinals all summer. But as that goes on, you got to look at the big picture too, Braves fans, is that if we don't win the East, the backup plan to make the wild card gets greatly affected on how well teams in the Central are playing. In a perfect world, you want the Cardinals and the Brewers to be sputtering around. Obviously, we're pulling for the Brewers early part of this week because they're playing the Mets. But big picture, you want to see the Brewers have not that great of a record. Cardinals, everybody in the division, the Cubs. Because if you don't get the division, which should always be the goal, because it's the one thing you control. But if you don't get the division, then you're looking at wild card. And though we have more wild cards now with 3 in each league, it's still not a gimme that just because you played well, because I'm still wrapping my head around how this is going to unfold with the new, not just all the new rules, but no one's even talking about the fact that we are going to see less of our division rivals and more of everybody. You're playing everyone in your division 12 times a year, but you got to play everybody else, and that can be good and that can be bad. One of the things that you can look at as being tough about it, no matter how it plays out, is that when you play new teams that you haven't seen much of, even a bad team like the Detroit Tigers, a bad team that we don't expect to be very good this year like the Oakland A's, You're going to see starting pitching and bullpen guys that you have not seen before, and the first time you see them is rough. Now, granted, it goes both ways, but sometimes it's hard to pick up a guy the first time you see him. I'll be interested to see what Kodai Senga looks like the second time through when he's facing the division rivals and whatnot. I thought beginning of the year, I said that I thought Kodai Senga was going to have a pretty darn good year, especially get off to a good start, and he already has. He's a talented pitcher that no one's seen. But what's he going to be like that second time the Braves face him, the second time the Phillies face him? But that's all you're really looking at. I mean, he might run into a situation where he plays against a couple of good offenses twice, but it's going to be very rare because a lot of these teams you're just playing 3-game series. So you're going to face them one time and away you go. And then there's going to be strategy, if you think about it, involved in, we'll just use the Mets for example. Let's say the Mets are making the playoffs, whether it's division or the wild card. How many times do you want Kodai Senga to be seen by your opposition or your potential opposition in the playoffs? So not just the face-to-face in the division squaring off for the regular season, but how many times do you want, let's say you think that you're going to face off, we'll just say the Padres, a rematch, right? It's going to be a rematch, Mets, Padres in the wild card, the first round. Let's say it's lining up that way. And they haven't faced Kodai Senga, and I'm not looking at the schedule, but I'm just putting it for instance. This could be any team, any pitcher. And they're scheduled to play San Diego down the stretch. Wouldn't you bench, skip a start if you could manage it, so that the first time they see Senga is in the playoffs? I would. And these are the types of things that the Brian Snickers and the Buck Showalters of the world, they think about this stuff. So it's going to be a very intriguing season. It's already gotten off to a great start. You've got runs galore. You've got movement on the base paths. Obviously, the pace of play is enormously faster than it has been. It's been an average, I believe they said this morning, not 26 minutes faster than last year. It'll be interesting to see a full season what it comes into. Because I'm telling you, the early part of the season, those games are usually quicker anyways. You get later in the season, what about all the different pitching changes that you get later in the season? Well, this pitch clock is going to make even a bigger difference. And if you remember seeing some of these things, not only the early part of the year, but also in spring training, guys are getting very accustomed to the fact that they better be ready to go, especially the bullpen guys. They mentioned it last night about Colin McHugh being ready to go when your warm-up pitches are supposed to be done. Because McHugh got nailed in the spring. I think I was doing that game, but he got nailed in the spring for not being ready to roll, still doing his warm-up pitches. You have to be done with them 30 seconds before your official first pitch is due. And the reason why that is so that the batter, if they want to, they can get in the box and get ready. So these starting pitchers that are running out from the bullpen, I really think they're going to go to golf carts. I don't know why they wouldn't. It's going to make a lot of sense to book them and get them running out there so they're not tired. They had to have already talked about this and thought about this, and I don't know if Major League Baseball has addressed this or not. I haven't seen that in the news cycle, but it would make a lot of sense for as far as they have to go from these bullpens and some of these parks to get on that golf cart and go. But obviously, if you give it to one team, you got to make the golf carts available to the home team and the away team. You can't pull I always call you can't go Red Auerbach on them, because Red Auerbach used to do some dirty things for the Celtics way back in the 60s, where he would turn the AC off in the visitors' locker room, all that kind of junk come playoff time. All right, we're getting ready for first pitch. Braves Cardinals right here, play-by-play. Going to step away for a second, bring you the starting lineups right here on Braves Country.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Baerga is 0 for 3. Left center field. Grissom on the run. The team of the 90s has its world championship.
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Touch a ball, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
A room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets. The 2-1. Swung line drive left field. One run is in. Here comes Braves. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win.
You're in Braves country.
We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball. Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. Good afternoon, y'all. We are live, and the scene is Busch Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri, where we're set to bring you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. Here are your starting lineups for today's action. Top of the first inning, it'll look like this. Your Atlanta Braves will head to the plate first. Leading off, it'll be Ronald Acuna Jr. in right field. Batting second and playing first, Matt Olson. Austin Riley playing third and batting third with Travis d'Arnaud as your designated hitter. Ozzie Albies batting fifth and playing second base. Michael Harris, the second, in center field and batting sixth. Batting seventh and behind the dish, it's Sean Murphy. Your shortstop and batting eighth is Orlando Arcia, and in left field getting the first start of the year, batting ninth, is Kevin Pillar. Dylan Dodd will make his major league debut on the hill in the bottom of the first. For the hometown St. Louis Cardinals, when they come up to bat, it'll look like this. Leading off and playing shortstop, the switch hitter, Tommy Edman. Dylan Carlson, switch hitter as well, playing left. Paul Goldschmidt, right-handed power hitter, playing first base, is batting third. Nolan Arenado, batting cleanup and playing third base. Batting fifth behind the plate, Wilson Contreras. The number 6 hitter, Tyler O'Neill, is out in center. In the 7th spot, Jordan Walker, the rookie, from the right side of the plate, is in right. And Juan Yepes is the designated hitter from the right side of the plate, with Taylor Motter batting ninth and playing second. On the mound for the Cardinals, the southpaw, Steven Matz. So you got a couple of lefties ready to do battle here at Busch Stadium. All right, we are just about set for first pitch, and Steven Matz is getting his last few tosses in, and it is baseball time in Braves country. The first pitch is swung on and hit high, not very deep. It's going to drop down for a single. Ronald Acuna Jr. steps in with the all-gray Atlanta uniforms, Atlanta across the chest, and the tomahawk underneath, and we've got something cooking, Braves country. 1 on, nobody out. And the Ice House, Mr. Matt Olson, is coming to the plate. Braves would love to get some early runs to give Dylan Dodd some breathing room. They failed to do that Sunday for the rookie Schuster. Lefty-lefty matchup. Matz brings the first pitch, and it misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0 delivery as Contreras sets up outside. Here's the windup, kicks and deals, swing, and blows it right by him, 95 miles an hour. And it's 1-1. Brewers are playing the Mets. This is a 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Right in his kitchen, 96 miles an hour up top. Good pitch by Matz. And it's 1-2. Mets are at the Brewers, Phillies are at the Yankees. We will keep you up to date for all the action going on. The 1-2 pitch, Contreras sets up outside and swing and a miss, strike 3, 96 mile an hour fastball, fastball. And there's one away. It'll register on your screen sometimes as a sinker, but his sinker does not sink by much. So that'll bring Austin Riley to the plate. Austin Riley, lefty-righty matchup. And here's the first offering from Matz on the way, and it is a fastball inside. They're going to call that a strike. It is way off the plate and inside. Your home plate umpire, Junior Valentine, up to his usual tricks, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Sinker down below the knees. Good chase. Good pitch by Matz. A chase by Riley. It's quickly 0-2. The 0-2 delivery on the way and in the dirt. Blocked by Contreras. Contreras will keep Acuna at bay at first. Good defensive play by Contreras. Ball was way in the dirt. And it's 1-2. Mets nothing, Milwaukee nothing. They're just getting going in the bottom of the first. The Phillies lead the Yankees 2-0 in the bottom of the third. Here's the 1-2 delivery, swung on and dragged foul over towards the third base dugout. Ron Washington scoops it with his hands barehanded. Didn't quite get that. I'm sure Ozzie will give him a hard time about that, not getting the ball secured. Austin Riley last night hit an absolute bomb. The 1-2 pitch, fastball high and out of the zone, 94 mile an hour on the gun. And evens up the count at 2-2. Braves come into tonight leading the National League East by a half game as the Mets got pounded yesterday and the Braves won. It's a little bit of a seesaw action the first few games for the Braves and Mets. The 2-2 delivery. Way high above the zone. The runner's going to go. Acuna is safe. And he jumps to his feet and does the little motorcycle meme, and he is ready to roll. Into scoring position is Ronald Acuna Jr. Didn't get a great jump per se, but it was a tough pitch to handle by Contreras. I think he was throwing off his back foot too. Looked a little off balance. Either way, Acuna's got himself another stolen base. The 3-2 pitch swung on and hit high and deep, going back. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Jackpot, it's over the wall, baby. And we got ourselves a Rama-Lama ding-dong 2-run home run for your Atlanta Braves. Austin Riley, in as many nights, 2 home runs in 2 nights in St. Louis. He's not going to want to leave. And a quick 2-0 lead gets your Atlanta Braves out in front of Mats and the Cardinals. Slider looked like it just kind of hung there. First pitch on the way to Travis d'Arnaud, your cleanup hitter, and it's a fastball high and wide. It's 1-0. The 1-0 delivery from Mats. Swung on it. That ball's roasted into left center field. It's going to get down where the green grass goes. Here comes Travis d'Arnaud. He's going to put on the brakes and stay at first. And it's a 1-out single. The Braves got something cooking here in the top of the first inning. Keep you updated on the other two. The Brewers have a rally going in the bottom of the first, still scoreless, but they're trying to shake up Max Scherzer. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies is a slow curveball, misses just outside the zone, and it's 1-0. Well, they're going to call that a strike. Looked like a ball. I thought he actually called that a ball. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt, changeup, 84 mile an hour, and it's 1-1. I thought it originally may have clipped the zone, but home plate umpire gave kind of a nonchalant call. Looked more like a ball than a strike, but we'll go with what the screen says. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball misses high, and it's 1-1. Braves 2. Cardinals nothing. If you're just joining us, Austin Riley, this is not a repeat, just hit another bomb in St. Louis. The 2-1 pitch. Misses outside, and it's 3-1. Standing on deck is Michael Harris. The 3-1 pitch to Ozzie swung on, and that ball's going to get dumped into center field. Going to get down for a base hit. A solid single in the books, and the Braves have runners on first and second. No one out. And Michael Harris coming to the plate. Wouldn't it be great if Atlanta could go out and get a big lead for the young lefty about to make his major league debut? First pitch on the way to Harris is cued over to third, grabbed by Arenado. He's going to step on third base, and then he's going to throw it across the diamond. The throw is off the mark. Harris is safe. Ozzie stays at second. Good play by Goldschmidt to keep that from getting away. That could have easily been an error. Kind of forced it, threw it off his front foot, and threw it, I'd say, about 5 to 7 feet wide of the bag. So that'll bring Sean Murphy to the plate, and Sean Murphy takes the first pitch for a strike. Murphy coming in. Right side of the plate, swung on and fouled back. It's quickly 0-2. Sean Murphy digs in. Matz kicks and delivers and swung on and missed strike three. Chased one out of the zone high, and that'll end the inning. But not before your Atlanta Braves put two on the board. We'll be back at a flash, Braves country. Atlanta leads it 2-0.
Let me sum it up. Twitter is stupid, and Instagram is Twitter for people who can't read.
To protect his family from disaster, Steve used his camera phone.
Done.
By taking pictures of his important documents, Steve can always have them stored online. Learn more simple disaster prep tips at ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
This year, choose a yogurt that's right for you. With 2 grams of sugar per 5.3-ounce serving, Too Good Greek yogurt is too good to be true. So Delicious dairy-free yogurt and Silk yogurt alternatives are delicious plant-based swaps you can enjoy by the spoon or add to recipes. Oikos 000 yogurt and Light and Fit yogurt are tasty, non-fat yogurt options. So many flavors, varieties, and possibilities. Elevate any recipe and your everyday with yogurt.
Braves country today. We're talking Southern sports. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE. Braves country today. Southern sports talk with the voice of Braves country baseball, Mac Magee. Joined every day from sports analysts from all over Braves country, talking college football, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and what's trending in the world of sports. Braves country today. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE.
The magnitude of the conspiracy stunned the baseball world. The Louisville Grays suspended the accused players, who claimed they had only done it because their owners had failed to pay them their wages. Devlin was brought before National League President William Hulbert.
Devlin was in tears. Hulbert was in tears. I saw Hulbert take a $50 bill and press it into the palm of the prostrate player. And then I heard him say, "That's what I think of you personally. Damn you, Devlin, you are dishonest. You have sold a game, and I can't trust you. Now go and let me never see your face again, for your act will not be condoned so long as I live." Albert Goodwill Spaulding.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Dylan Dodd takes the mound. The first pitch from the young left-handed rookie comes inside for a ball, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch swung on. That ball's hit hard into left field. It's going to get down right on it, and quickly is Pilar, and it's a leadoff single for Tommy Edman. Laid one across the plate, just got a little bit too much of the plate, and he put it right in between the 5-6 hole on the fly. So he'll try to regroup here. Dylan Carlson comes to the plate. Carlson batting .600 to start the season. Lefty-righty matchup is the first two batters in the Cardinals order are switch hitters. And then it's righty down the road. First pitch inside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 delivery from Dodd. Swing and a miss. Looked like a changeup. He came out of his shoes. Good pitch by Dodd, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 delivery swung on and fouled down the line. Slider banged all the way, fouled down the line, and it's 1-2. His first fastball was in 91, 92 area, but he can get up in the mid-90s. The 1-2 delivery from Dodd swung on and hit hard down the right field line. Plenty foul and out of play. We'll do it again at 1-2. The 1-2 pitch as Dodd looks into Murphy. Murphy sets up inside. Swing! And then down the line, foul. We'll do it again at 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. On the way from Dodd, swung on, and that ball's hit into right field. On it is Acuna. He'll snag it, and there's one away. So maybe that'll get some of the first game jitters. Kind of shook out, but for Dylan Dodd, 24-year-old from Danville, Illinois, 6'2", 210 pounds. Played his college ball at Southeast Missouri State, so he's got a lot of family and friends right up the road. First pitch on the way to Paul Goldschmidt is taken in there for a strike. Looked like the slider, and it's 0-1. Southeast Missouri State just outside St. Louis. The 0-1 delivery from Dodd. Swung on and fouled out of play. It's 0-2. It's gone slider, fastball, about a 10-mile-an-hour difference, which is what they always say that you want. Anything around 10 usually is major league territory. The 0-2 delivery, swung on and hit up the middle. Right there is Ozzie. It's going to be a 4-6-3 twin killing to get us out of the mess. So Dylan Dodd can sigh a breath of relief. He's out of the first. We'll be back in a flash. Arcia, Pilar, and Acuna on the way.
Imaginary hat.
What is this? What are we doing?
So dumb.
G'day. Hi, it's Dean, calling from Cyprus.
Buongiorno, Dino.
My mate wants me to rub sun cream on his back.
Holy dooly.
A delicate matter, but a burnt wingman is useless.
So there are rules.
Okay.
Only put cream where he can't reach.
Between his shoulder blades.
The safe zone.
Anything else?
Whack it on thick, mate. Last thing you want to do is a second coach.
And remember, Dino, the following things are not permitted. Eye contact, scented candles,
power balance.
And do not apply if he's wearing budgie smugglers.
Are we all clear?
Crystal. Cheers, fellas.
No dramas.
Armchair.
Braves country today. We're talking Southern sports. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE. Braves country today. Southern sports talk with the voice of Braves country baseball, Mac Magee. Joined every day from sports analysts from all over Braves country, talking college football, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and what's trending in the world of sports. Braves country today. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE.
What was your first impression of me? I thought you wore too much makeup and were a slut. I was wrong. You don't wear too much makeup.
Despite their pleas for forgiveness, Hulbert banned all 4 players from baseball forever. For 5 years, Jim Devlin haunted the corridors outside meetings of the National League club owners, hoping somehow to be reinstated. Desperate, he wrote to Harry Wright, still the most respected man in the game. Harry Wright did nothing.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball on Braves Country HD. Please like and subscribe today, youtube.com/@Braves Country. Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves lead it 2-0. Matz goes back to work. First pitch outside for a ball, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch from Matz on the way to Arcia, and that ball's hit high. It's hit deep. It's going back on the track, over the wall. A jump and a leap by Carlson almost stole the home run, but that is a solo shot, baby. It's 3-0. Orlando Arcia absolutely ballooned it over the left field fence. First home run of the year, 366 happy feet. Launch angle of 33. And that'll bring Kevin Pilar to the plate. Kevin Pilar, getting his first start of the year, takes the first pitch high for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch swung on and fouled back out of play. The 1-1 pitch on the way, and high and out of the zone. It's 2-1. Matz has gotten that fastball sinker up high several times in the first couple of innings. The 2-1, another high sinker, and it's 3-1. 3-1 to Pilar, right there for a strike, about belt high. It's a full count at 3-2. The 3-2 pitch swung on, and ball is hit hard down the left field line. Plenty foul. We'll do it again. Ronald Acuna Jr. stands on deck. The 3-2 pitch swung on. That ball is roasted. It's going to get down. It's a worm burner into left field. Carlson's got it. About a 2-hopper right into his glove. And the Braves got something going again. Real quick score update. Milwaukee leads the Mets. That game is in the bottom of the second. Max Scherzer on the hill versus Wade Miley. The first pitch on the way to Acuna, kind of a half-hearted swing, check swing at that, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch on the way and high and out of the zone, evens up the count at 1-1. Braves 3, St. Louis nothing. You're just joining us. 2 home runs tonight, one by Riley as the 2-1 pitch just clips the top of the zone. They're going to call that a strike, and it's 1-2. And just moments ago, Orlando Arcia hit a solo shot. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Here's the pitch swung on, and that ball's hit high and deep into left field, but it's going to get underneath the glove of Carlson's going to get underneath it, and he makes the catch. He had to go quite a ways. That ball was hit pretty hard. They had him played pretty well on that one. So that'll bring up Matt Olson to the plate. Olson's 0 for 1. Lefty-lefty matchup. The first pitch on the way, and it is right there for a strike. Some soft stuff, and it's 0-1. Olson struck out his last time up. They were bringing the heater in and out and all around, and he could not keep up with it. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed, 94 mile an hour right past him, and it's 0-2. I think Olson's having a hard time seeing the ball out of his glove. 1 on, 1 out. The 0-2 count. Here's the pitch, and he'll lay off it. Slider that fell out of the zone. Good pitch. Might have been a curveball, tight curve, and it's 1-2. 1-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. And Olson, 2 at bats, 2 strikeouts, and that'll bring Riley back to the plate. Austin Riley hit a 2-run home run earlier. His second home run of the year, 4 RBIs for Riley, a 1088 OPS so far. First pitch to Riley's way off the plate, wide, and it's 1-0. Philly leads New York 2-0. That's the Yankees in the Bronx. The 1-0 pitch, way outside wide, it's 2-0. Matt's definitely dancing around Riley. Travis d'Arnaud stands on deck. The 2-0 for Matz. Right there at the knees for a strike. Nice slow curveball. And it's 2-1. Braves and Cardinals back at it tomorrow, 1:15. First pitch, we'll have the call for you right here. The 2-1 pitch, inside, ball 3, almost clips Riley. Has to kind of bend out of the way, and it's 3-1. Braves 3, St. Louis nothing. The 3-1 pitch swung on, and that ball is hammered high and deep down the left field line, but bends foul, and we'll do it again. A full count for Riley. That's the bad news. The good news is the runner's going to be on the move. So the 3-2 pitch, runner goes in, swung on and hit hard over to third, but right at Arenado. The Gold Glover snags it, flips it, and it's a 5-3 putout. So that'll end the inning, but not before the Braves put another run on the board. We'll be back in a flash, Braves country.
This time I'm gonna kick that football clear to the moon!
Hello?
Hi, is Mark there?
Yeah?
It's me, Shannon. We met at Jack's party.
Yeah! How can I forget? Wow, how you doing? I haven't heard from you in,
9 months.
Armchair.
I'm unemployed and I live with my parents.
I'm Victoria. Hi.
So Pete Rose, the leadoff batter for the Philadelphia Phillies, introduced to the crowd here today. And Pete Rose, a man who has been a bat more times than any player in the history of the major leagues.
That if he keeps breathing, he will break Ty Cobb's record.
And, of course, the big question this year is whether or not he'll be able to play every ball game. He wants to. The manager says he wants to rest him. He's missed only 80 games in his 20-year career. And Seaver's first pitch, ball one. Seaver with 264 wins, 156 losses. One of a few pitchers who has won over 100 games more than he has lost.
Armchair.
Braves country today. We're talking Southern sports. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE. Braves country today. Southern sports talk with the voice of Braves country baseball, Mac Magee. Joined every day from sports analysts from all over Braves country, talking college football, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and what's trending in the world of sports. Braves country today. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE.
Devlin got a job as a policeman in 1880, died of consumption just 3 years later. His early death, said a Louisville newspaper, was an instructive example of the fruits of crookedness. The National League had survived its first scandal.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves lead it 3-0, and the first pitch from Dylan Dodd here in the second inning to Arenado is right there on the corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 delivery. Outside wide, it's 1-1. If you're just joining us, the Braves have hit 2 home runs already. The 1-1 from Dodd. Swing and a miss. Slider down below the knees, dipped near the ankles inside, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 delivery from Dodd on the way, kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Dylan Dodd's got himself a strikeout of Nolan Arenado. You know that one's going in whatever he keeps all of his prized possessions. They're showing his parents up in the stands. Really cool that they were able to come out and see him play in his first major league game. Really cool by the Braves that they chose to do it this close to home. First pitch on the way to Wilson Contreras, I'm thinking of the old Braves catcher, is swung on and missed down the line, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch outside just misses, evens up the count at 1-1. The 1-1 delivery just falls off the plate inside. It's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch swung on and roasted hard down the line. Plenty foul. Leaving up the count. He's gone fastball, changeup, slider. The 2-2 delivery from Dodd. Swung on, and that ball's hit hard. A diving stab by Ozzie. He's got it. He'll flip it towards first. A one-hopper, and Matt Olson will secure it. Good play by Ozzie Albies, and there's 2 away. That ball was hit on a line. A one-hopper. He had to dive to his left. Ozzie was playing a little bit right of the second base bag. And that'll bring up Tyler O'Neill, the center fielder. O'Neill batting .308 with the home run so far. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Fastball top of the zone. If you're not familiar with Tyler O'Neill, he's not your everyday outfielder. He is absolutely jacked. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He pulled the string on that one, and he'll set him down. So 2 strikeouts in the innings. Heart of the order, Darnode, Albies, and Harris are coming to the plate. Keep it locked in here, Braves country.
Challenge accepted.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Almost Good Beer. Remember, Ed's Almost Good Beer was brewed in God's country when God wasn't looking.
Hey, Braves country. Braves Country HD is bringing you Braves Country Baseball all year long. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. We'll be bringing you play-by-play, pitch-by-pitch, inning-by-inning of your Atlanta Braves. Braves Country comes to you every Tuesday night and Friday night, and 2 bonus games every week. Please like and subscribe to youtube.com/@BravesCountry.
I might audible. How audible I'll use.
Red Polly! Blue Poncho! Do it! Rambo! Give me Kershaw here, Kershaw!
You're listening to the Armchair Quarterbacks.
Chop, Japan, Richmond, New York, Richmond, Florida, Sally, Buffalo, check, hey, Short Ox, Luda Raiders!
Enjoy sun-drenched days, epic stays, and plenty of room to roam in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Our hotels, attractions, and restaurants have taken the Visit Lauderdale's Safe and Clean pledge, so you can relax and explore with confidence. When you're ready for that well-deserved staycation, our 23 miles of golden beaches await. Find wide-open spaces to hike, bike, kayak, and paddleboard. Visit your favorite attractions, then dine out in style in dining rooms or al fresco on waterfront patios. Learn more at sunny.org.
Darryl Strawberry has gone out to get some sunglasses, so the sun has poked through the clouds here at Wrigley, much to the delight of the fans.
There's a lot of daughters here, too.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball on Braves Country HD. Please like and subscribe today, youtube.com/@BravesCountry. First pitch on the way to Travis d'Arnaud is hit down, and it'll get down in the corner. Travis d'Arnaud swings at an outside pitch and takes it into the corner pocket. It slams off the 335-foot sign, bounces around. He cruises into second for a lead-off double to start your 3rd inning. Atlanta Braves bats are red hot so far. Like to bottle this and save it for October. Travis d'Arnaud loses his helmet on the way, but he's ready to roll. The first pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies. He drags it foul, and it's 0-1. Braves 3, Cardinals nothing. Top of the 3rd inning. Ozzie Albies from the right side. The 0-1 pitch swung on, and it is cue shot over to second. It's a hot shot that's backhanded by the St. Louis second baseman, Motter, and he was able to keep Travis d'Arnaud from advancing. Flips it over to first, and there's 1 away. So that'll bring Michael Harris to the plate. Harris is 0-for-1. The first pitch to Harris is a fastball strike, about letter high, and over the plate, it's 0-1. Harris grounded into a fielder's choice in the first. The 0-1, right there at the knees, and for a strike, it's quickly 0-2. The 0-2 pitch swung on and fouled back out of play. Brought the heater in the kitchen. Harris, good job to fight that off. Think he was looking for something a little farther out. Good reflexes, keeps him alive. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and just got a piece of that. Drags it foul. We'll keep it there at 0-2. The 0-2 delivery from Matz. Swung on and grounded over towards second. Motter's got it. He's going to scoop it with his glove, flip it, and it's a 4-3 putout. Nifty play by the second bagger. On the play, Harris is out, but Travis d'Arnaud does move from second to third. So a wild pitch or a balk, or there's a lot of new ways to get home nowadays with the new rules implemented in Major League Baseball. Bring Sean Murphy to the plate. Murphy takes the first pitch high and wide. It's 1-0. Sean Murphy struck out in the first inning. Yet to collect his first hit as an Atlanta Brave. The 1-0 to Murphy. Swung on and rifles it back up against the screen, straight back. And evens up the count at 1-1. Sean Murphy digs in and the 1-1 swing and a miss. Strike two, and it's 1-2. Looked like the slider got it up high and just mistimed it. So you got a 1-2 count. Travis d'Arnaud is 90 feet away from making it 4-0. The 1-2 delivery in the dirt. Bounces. Good block by Contreras. d'Arnaud not much of a threat to go on a play like that, but if it were to kick it away, he's got decent enough speed to be able to scatter home. Two count to Murphy. Arcia is on deck. The pitch on the way, swung on and drop kicks it into left field. Murphy gets his first base hit as an Atlanta Brave, and it is an RBI single, a roaster, and Atlanta leads it 4-0. Good piece of hitting by Murphy there. He's on the outer edge. I think they were trying to get him to reach, but the ball got too much of the plate, and he was able to rake it in between the 5-6 hole. So 4-0 your score, and Orlando Arcia comes to the plate, and the changeup misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. If you're wondering, Matz is up to 60 pitches. The 1-0 pitch swung on and missed just over the top, and it's 1-1. Orlando Arcia hit a solo shot in the second, at the time making it 3-0, following up Riley's 2-run shot. The 1-1 pitch inside misses, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 delivery from the lefty Matz to the righty Arcia. Swung on and missed, strike two, and it evens up the count at 2-2. Appreciate you dropping by here on Braves Country Baseball. We're here every Tuesday night and Friday night, along with two other games every week this year. The 2-2 pitch. Ooh, right there. Caught him looking. Arcia, I think, was looking for something outside and got the burner inside. But the Braves add one. It's 4-0 Atlanta. We head to the bottom of the third.
Max, a woman in my section wants to know if we do anything gluten-free. What do I tell her? Tell her she's not allergic to gluten. She's just masking an eating disorder.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
One out, nobody on. 2-2 count to Pete Rose. We've just started a wet day in Baltimore. There's a fly ball down the right field line. Tough chance. It's in for a base hit. Rose is coming for two. It gets away from Robinson. Rose hit the dirt. And had he rounded the bag, he might have gone for three. He thought it would be a play on him at second.
Cincinnati's Charlie Hustle, Pete Rose, and this is the way Rose plays the game. Just 150% each and every time, whether the ball is there or not.
This helpful instructional message from the National Association of People Who Have Trouble Walking and Chewing Gum at the same time. Step, chew. Step, chew. Step, chew. Step, chew.
Walt Whitman. Brooklyn Eagle, 1846. In our sundown perambulations of late, through the outer parts of Brooklyn, we have observed several parties of youngsters playing base, a certain game of ball. Let us go forth a while and get better air in our lungs. Let us leave our close rooms. The game of ball is glorious.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back here, Braves Country. Dylan Dodd will go back to the hill with a 4-0 lead. The first pitch outside for a ball, and it is 1-0. Dodd, 24 pitches so far in the first 2 innings. Has a couple of strikeouts. He's facing another rookie, Jordan Walker. Cardinals really high on this outfielder. And the 1-0 pitch right there at the knees on the outer edge just kisses the black, and it's 1-1. Jordan Walker pushed his way into the Cardinals lineup, and now it's kind of they've got 4 really good outfielders, kind of expecting to move one. The 1-1 pitch swung on and grounded over to short. Arcia's got it, scoops it, fires it, and there's one away. Could you ask for more from Orlando Arcia in this young season? Signs that 3-year deal right before opening day. And is he playing a role? He's made some great defensive plays, and he is hitting the ball well, has a home run tonight. First pitch on the way to the designated hitter, Yepez, and it clips high in the zone for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 to Yepez, right there at the knees. Home plate umpire Valentine says he did not get it. Looks really close, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch on the way, inside, ball 2, 2-1. Taylor Motter, number 9 hitter, stands on deck. The 2-1 from Dodd. Swung on, popped up. It's a can of corn. Who's going to call for it? Riley. He dances underneath it, makes the play. Arcia thought about calling for it. I think it's a good thing Riley did call for it. I believe Arcia actually may have lost it in the lights. So 2 outs, and Dylan Dodd is dealing. That'll bring Taylor Motter to the plate, batting 167. He's made a couple of good defensive plays so far. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Strike 1, 92 miles an hour, outer edge, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 kicks and deals, swung on and missed inside, and it's quickly 0-2. Dylan Dodd looking for his 3rd strikeout of the night. Family and friends in attendance from just down the road. The 0-2 delivery from Dodd. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Yak him. He'll sit down and we'll grab the bats. We'll be back in a flash. Braves Country, we'll lead it 4-0.
Make sure when your shift is over, you go home alive.
Look at that. The Hendersons are getting a new fence.
Ah, who cares? They're swingers.
I want a new fence.
Need a home loan fast?
At the American Bank of Los Santos, we'll help you get the debt you need to make life easier. We'll show you how to look richer and be poorer. You need to impress people fast, not in 20 years. It's only a risk if you get into money troubles or the economy changes. Call American Bank of Los Santos. Now that the kids have moved out and have drug problems of their own, maybe it's time to install a luxury marble wet bar. American Bank of Los Santos. Why worry about tomorrow if you look inadequate today?
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
You go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Lose some weight.
Oh, come on, quickly. Will you don't give me that.
Look at me, 92, and I still enjoy swimming and golfing, and biking, all sports.
Whoopee.
That too.
Come on, after all, at your age, must be down to a handshake, huh?
Yep, before and after.
I'm Amy Lawrence, and I'm up late, always, after hours, hanging out with you on CBS Sports Radio. Check it out, 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball on Braves Country HD. Please like and subscribe today, youtube.com/@Braves Country. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The first pitch for Mats is on the way, and it's right there for a strike at the knees to Kevin Pillar, who's 1 for 1, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch swung on and queued up towards the first base line. Mats is going to backhand it, heads towards the bag, stops in his tracks, and tags Pillar on the chest, and there's one away. My, how things have changed. If you tried that with Pete Rose, you'd get planted into left field. Remember when A-Rod did the hamburger helper glove? Ronald Acuna Jr. comes to the plate, and he'll take the first pitch high and outside. It's 1-0. The 1-0 delivery from Mats right there at the knees. Inner cut evens up the count at 1-1. It's gone sinker so far. The 1-1 inside. That got dangerously close to Ronald. He's able to move out of the way. Kind of had to just raise his arms just in time. The 2-1 pitch swung on and grounded over towards third. Arenado's got it. He'll throw off balance, and the ball comes out of Goldschmidt's glove. Did the ball hit the ground? I think they're going to give an error to Goldschmidt on that one. And then he turns around, and Ronald Acuna Jr. is off the bag, and he's going to get tagged out. So a blunder by Acuna, what should have been a base runner on first. I'm not sure what happened there. The ball popped out of Goldschmidt's glove, and it looks like Acuna, I don't know if he was told to do that, or if he was trying to sneak to second, but he was Acuna doing typical Acuna things is what happened. I'll get to it in 1 second. The first pitch on the way to Olsen is down below the knees and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Olsen 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. The 1-0 to Olsen. Top of the zone, called for a strike, and it's 1-1. Acuna ran through the bag, and as opposed to turning right like you would normally do, he turned left thinking he was out as the 1-1 pitch misses wide, and it's 2-1. He was turning left because the Braves dugout is that direction. The 2-1 pitch, top of the zone, called for a strike, and it's 2-2. But every little leaguer knows you're told to run out of bounds in case something like that were to happen. The 2-2 pitch swung on and fouled up high, popped up, but it'll bend out of play. We'll do it again at 2-2. some of the stuff you have to live with when you've got Acuna. Incredible talent, but does not do the fundamentals. So Braves lead at 4-0, 2 away. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. The third strikeout for Matt Olson. That'll end the inning, but the Braves lead at 4-0. We're heading to the bottom of the fourth. St. Louis, top of the order.
You don't like Drake? How could you not like Drake? Who's Drake?
Who's Drake?
Drake is good. I told you the Drake was bad. I hate the Drake.
You just robbed a house. You have all this great stuff that now belongs to you, but you got this annoying pang of guilt nagging at you. Well, worry no more, because your friends at Cell Block Greeting Cards have the answer for you. Introducing our new line of petty crime thank you cards. Before you smash and grab one of our cards and leave it behind on your next heist. Choose from any of these fine heartfelt cards like
Thank you for the plasma TV.
Or
Thanks for the PlayStation, alcohol, and penny jar.
And
Don't use your toothbrush.
For a limited time, introducing
I'm Still in the House.
And many more sentimental petty crime thank you cards. Available at any back alley, shadowy parking lot, or
Armchair.
Now I want to ask you about, wouldn't you rather have this name spelled Goosh, the phonetic spelling, rather than all the S's, W's, and Z's?
Gives him some character, though.
GWOSDZ is the spelling, but it's pronounced Goosh.
Well, his nickname is iChart, and you can understand that. It's about 72 points on the Scrabble board.
Well, then he ought to make a great umpire when he retires as a player. It's a bit low. Goosh, he's been around. I remember that name with other teams. He's been with Walla Walla, Reno, Amarillo, Hawaii, and San Diego. That even's a count, a ball, and a strike.
Did you go to many games in Walla Walla?
I like the name of it. It's one of my favorite towns. Do you know what Walla Walla spelled backwards sounds like? Allah. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't. I learned something every day working with you.
How'd we get started on this silly stuff?
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball. YouTube.com/@BravesCountry.
Braves win! Braves win! Braves win!
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The first pitch to Tommy Edman from Dodd is a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 delivery on the way, just inside, evens up the count at 1-1. Edman's 1 for 1 with the single in the first. The 1-1 sweeps inside, dangerously close to hitting him down below the knees, and it's 2-1. Braves 4, Cardinals nothing. The 2-1 pitch right there at the knees, outer edge, backhanded for a strike. 2-1 is your count. The wind is starting to howl in Busch Stadium. The 2-1 pitch swung on and popped up. Will it stay in play? Matt Olson's underneath it in foul territory by the dugout. He'll make the catch, and there's one away. So, one out. Dylan Carlson will come to the plate. Switch hitting left fielder. Carlson's 0 for 1 with a foul out in the first. The 0-1 pitch is on the way. Swung on. That ball's rifled into right field, and that'll get down for a single. Acuna's got it. Keep Carlson right there at first. Ball kind of popped out of Acuna's glove at the last second when he went to transfer it into his hand, but everything stayed okay. So we're sitting here with 1 on, 1 out in the heart of the Cardinal order. 2022 MVP Paul Goldschmidt comes to the plate. First pitch on the way to Goldschmidt is right there at the knees, painted the corner, but they're going to call that a ball. I don't know about that one. It's 1-0. Then a 1-0 from Dodd, outside wide. It's 2-0. Standing on deck is Arenado. For a young pitcher like this is the part of the lineup that you worry things could ravel out of control. The 2-0 pitch right there, outer edge, and it's 2-1. It's about the third time that Darnold's had to backhand a pitch, and it's been called a strike, but you can tell he's setting up inside. So he's not quite hitting his mark. The 2-1 from Dodd, right there at the knees, strike 2, and it's 2-2. Nice slider. Swept across the plate and just kissed the corner. The 2-0 from Dodd on the way, swung on, and it's a comebacker. It's off Dodd's glove. He's going to get it, and he is slow to react, and everybody's going to be safe. Think if he would have had a little more hustle, he might have had a chance at Goldschmidt, who runs decently but isn't the fastest. I think he got kind of turned around there. Probably best that he didn't try to do anything. Murphy calmed him down at the end, made sure they didn't try to do anything stupid at the very end. So what could have been possibly an inning-ending double play is now runners on first and second with one away. The dangerous bat of Nolan Arenado coming to the plate. Arenado struck out in the second inning. He's batting .318, 5 RBI, a .718 OPS so far. It's 4-0 in the Bronx. The Phillies looking for their first win of the season. Meanwhile, the Brewers have a 2-0 lead on the Mets. That game is in the fifth. First pitch on the way to Arenado. Clips high. Hit the zone, but he's not calling it. It's 1-0. The 1-0 from Dodd. Swung on and hit high, but not very deep. Underneath it's Acuna. He's got it. He'll rifle it back into the infield. And on a line, it's cut off by Arcia. There's 2 away. So big out number 2. Now they hope to retire Contreras and get out of this mess. Wind is really starting to pick up. Looks like it's blowing out over the concourse right to center. First pitch on the way to Contreras is a called strike at the top of the zone. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And it looks like he might have actually clipped that ball. I think he fouled it down the line. And it broke the bat of Contreras. I think it just barely splintered it, but he has to go to get a new bat, so they're going to give him time to reset for that. Home plate umpire Junior Valentine says we're ready to go. So 0-2 pitch from Dodd and down below the knees. Good block by Murphy, and it's 1-2. Trash is starting to blow in the infield and all around Busch Stadium as the wind picking up here. And a cool night. The 1-2 pitch from Dodd swung on and fouled down the line. Just got a piece of it. That was almost Dodd's 4th strikeout of the night. He just stayed alive there. So runners on first and second, 2 away. The 1-2 delivery swung on, and it's a comebacker. It's going to swing foul. Looked like it was going to come straight back to Dodd, but it took a funny spin and kicked foul before Murphy could get a hold of it. He's gone slider, changeup, and then that fastball straightened him up, and he went back to the changeup. So we'll see what he dials up here. Dylan Dodd, 52nd pitch of the night. Here's the 1-2 pitch swung on and hit high and deep, and looks like that one is foul as well. And Contreras is Not sure what he was doing. I thought he broke his bat again, but he did not. So he quickly gets back into the box. And in time and engaged, the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that ball is going to dump in towards right field. Acuna makes the diving stab, and the good news is Acuna jumps to his feet and throws out the runner at second to end the inning. The bad news is the runner from second did score. Contreras thinks he's safe, so we're going to have to hold up here, see if there's a replay. Right now, it's 4-1. The run did score before the out. Acuna dove for the ball, and it just dropped in front of his glove. The throw definitely beat him. That's going to be tough to overturn. I think what Contreras is saying is he didn't tag him, that he missed the left arm, but he tagged the right arm. And that's going to end it. They're not going to challenge it. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country Baseball.
It all starts with just one thing. When recycling, rinse out jars and cans, and avoid recycling wax paper or paper soiled with food. This will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
Slide here is your X. But if that's the call, Mike, Will, and Sam all have to know that shifting. Open palms to post, thumbs ups to crosser, thumbs downs and out. Trevor, why don't you get up here and draw that for us?
Playing in the NFL is hard, but playing
Armchair.
fantasy football is easy.
Fantasy football time. It's fantasy football time.
You go 14 times and only win one time. It leaves a little sting. But I've said this. I know it's going to sound weird, but I've said this. If I had to go back to the future and know what the results were going to be and trade with the Marlins, who won twice and only went twice, I wouldn't do it. At the 14 times, still thinking that maybe fate might change. Going 14 years in a row is pretty incredible.
Armchair.
It is played everywhere, in parks and playgrounds and prison yards, in back alleys and farmers' fields, by small boys and old men, raw amateurs and millionaire professionals. It is a leisurely game that demands blinding speed. The only game in which the defense has the ball. It follows the seasons, beginning each year with the fond expectancy of springtime and ending with the hard facts of autumn. Americans have played baseball for more than 200 years. While they conquered a continent, warred with one another and with enemies abroad, struggled over labor and civil rights and the meaning of freedom.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The first pitch to Riley is a swing and a miss and a strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 delivery from Steven Matz, who's back out there, 77th pitch of the night, is swung on and dragged foul towards the dugout of the Atlanta Braves third base side, and it's 0-2. Austin Riley, if you're just joining us, 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run, a mammoth blast in the first. The 0-2 pitch right there, caught looking. Sinker at the top of the zone, 93 miles an hour, had a little bit of movement, danced back inside, and Riley had no chance. So that'll bring Travis d'Arnaud to the plate, 2 for 2, a single, a double, a run scored. The first pitch to d'Arnaud misses out of the zone, high and wide, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch to d'Arnaud misses outside. It's 2-0. Travis d'Arnaud hitting .450 on the young season. How about that? The 2-0 pitch and swung on. That ball is going to get down. It gets down for a base hit. Another base hit for Travis d'Arnaud. He is red hot. .476 his batting average has moved up to. Unbelievable. Ride the hot hand. That'll bring Ozzy Albies to the plate from the right-hand side. A little bit more power from the right side. We'll see what he can do. Open stance by Ozzy. The first pitch on the way kicks his leg, and it's an excuse me check swing. The ball kicks foul. It's 0-1. Ozzie hitting pretty well in his own right. 1 for 2 tonight, 333 average. The 0-1 delivery. Called for a strike, top of the zone. Good pitch by Matz. Slow curveball, and it's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and hit hard over towards third. Arenado's got it. Arenado's going to kick a 5-4-3 double play to end the inning. Ozzie out by about a half step. It's close, but I think they got him. So we'll head to the bottom of the fifth. No challenge coming. Braves lead it 4-1. ACC football covered like no other here on Braves Country HD.
Reggie Gillespie dives into the end zone. The winning points for North Carolina State. And the teams come together in the end zone, pushing, shoving between the pack and the heels as Gillespie has scored the winning points. His fifth rushing TD, but these teams need to be separated. The emotion boils over on the last play of the game as Gillespie goes to the end zone. And it's a sea of Carolina blue and State red.
And Carruthers gets into it, and they've doused him, and now we've got a big brawl out of the field, marring what would have been the 200th victories for Bobby Bowden. Look at this. That's an ugly mess down there. This is ugly. Starting to get it cleared up down there, although there's still some bodies flying around.
ACC football backyard brawls all year long on Braves Country HD.
I'm up. Biggest pick of the draft. Fifth pick, 6th round. TJ Hoshimazode. Yes. Lock it up.
Who?
What? TJ, how's your vanilla? All right. TJ, who's your mama?
Fantasy Rule 17. Know how to pronounce your draft picks.
You mean TJ Hushmanzada from the Bengals?
Put him on the board. Hoshimazole. Got it. Championship.
Fantasy football time.
Fans are on their feet, rooting for Jack Morris. And he takes a little walk, and you can understand it. He doesn't want to do anything in a hurry. A pitch away from a no-hitter. One pitch. He had a 2-2 to Lazinski, and then walked him. And he is 1-2 to Kibble. Got him swinging, and he has his no-hitter.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball on Braves Country HD. Welcome back, Braves Country. Dylan Dodd moving right along as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning here in St. Louis. And the first pitch from Dodd is right there for a strike to the number 6 hitter, Tyler O'Neill. Fastball, 91 miles an hour. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Took a little something off that looked like the slider right over it, and it's 0-2. Braves in the road grays. The Cardinals have the two birds on the bat in their home whites. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Good eye by O'Neill, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 delivery inside gets O'Neill to move back a little bit. It's 2-2. The 2-2 from the young left-hander. He'll kick and deal and swung on and grounded over towards third, but that's going to trickle foul over by the coach's box. Riley backhands it and tosses it towards the dugout. Do it again at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and hit hard over to short, to third, 5-3 put out as Austin Riley rifles it across the diamond. Got my tongue tied there for a second. I apologize. That was a hard hit ball. The second hop almost ate him up. He had to kind of dance back on his heels. Good reaction by Riley. That'll bring in Jordan Walker, dangerous young hitter. Takes the first pitch down and inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Walker grounded out in the third, batting .294. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. Took something off that slider, got him off balance, and 1-1. 1-1 delivery, swung on, and it's a high chopper over towards short. Arcia's got it. He flips it over to first, and a 6-3 putout with 2 away. Dylan Dodd at just 62 pitches, so you figure he might have a chance to go back out there depending on what their plan was for him, but you would think they'll give him a chance to go back out there assuming all goes well here. He'll face the designated hitter, Juan Yepes, in the first pitch. They say he went around on that one. It's 0-1. He did go around. The 0-1 delivery swung on, and that ball's going to get dumped into left field. Base hit by Yepes. It's a soft single into left. Pilar quickly on it to keep him at a single. As much as the Braves have dominated the Cardinals in recent memory, Juan Yepes has had some games against the Braves. Last year, he was a hard out to get. So that'll bring Taylor Motter to the plate. Motter's 0-1 with the strikeout, the number 9 hitter. Cardinals trying to keep the inning alive. The first pitch is inside, down below the knees. Motter had to move his back leg out of the way to keep from getting hit, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 from Dodd. Swung on, and that ball is going to be roped into the left field corner, comes off the wall. Pilar's got it, gets it back in quickly, and it's a 2-out double for Motter, and the Cardinals have a 2-out threat, runners on second and third. Yepes does not run that well. So I think Pilar knew he didn't have to rush to get that ball in. But you don't like this. Sean Murphy's coming to the mound to talk to Dylan Dodd, calm him down a little bit. That wind is still whipping around. And that'll bring Tommy Edman. A single here could cut this to a 1-run game. Braves 4, Cardinals 1, bottom of the 5th. We'll be back at it tomorrow. 1:15 first pitch. The delivery from Dodd is down below the knees, taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Dylan Carlson stands on deck. Carson is a switch hitter as well, and then after that, you've got nothing but righties. The 1-0 inside. Ball 2, it's 2-0. Starting to stir down there in the Atlanta bullpen. The 2-0 pitch from Dodd. Swing and fouls it off the plate. Edman came out of his shoes on that one, just banged it. I think that might have ricocheted off of Murphy into home plate umpire Junior Valentine. 2 on, 2 out. The 2-1 pitch is high and wide, ball 3, 3-1. Dodd not wanting to walk Edman here. Put the tying run on first. The 3-1 pitch swung on. That ball is hammered down the left field line, but foul. Foul by about, we'll call it 5 feet. He was on that pitch. Just couldn't keep it straight. So whatever he dials up here, I'd say the slider's not an option. Second time the first pitch that he fouled off was a slider that he looked like that he'd gotten a hold of that banged off the plate. The 3-2 pitch swung on and fouls it back. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. A little bit of oomph couldn't catch up. Fouls it over the first base dugout. Jesse Chavez is getting warm in the Atlanta bullpen. You got to figure if he's close to being ready, I don't think Dodd would see Goldschmidt. The 3-2 pitch swung on and popped up. We got us a can of corn. Who's going to call it? Ronald Acuna Jr. gets it in shallow, and I mean shallow right field. He was practically sitting on Matt Olson's shoulders to make the catch. That'll end the inning. We'll be back in a flash, Braves country. It's 4-1 Hotlanta.
Hey, can I tell you one thing? That's 3 holding penalties on one football team in a quarter and a half. That ain't funny.
Braves Country HD covers the whole SEC the whole season long.
Dobbs heaves it. They're bunched up in the end zone. It's tipped up. It's caught. It is caught. Jawan Jennings.
Just the start of things. First quarter at the Geetha Bowl in Jacksonville. And Walker sweeps to the right. Gets outside. The 35. Look out. He's past midfield and he's got a blocker. Cuts to the inside. Herschel Walker. There he goes again.
Straight up the middle. Touchdown. Delayed reaction, but Tebow got in. Oh, jump pass. How about that? Oh, my gosh. That looks like 1955. Holy cow. Are you kidding me?
Armchair.
Hey, Braves fans. I'm Mac Magee with Braves Country. We'll be right here on the key all year long, giving you Braves Country baseball, pitch by pitch, inning by inning of your Atlanta Braves. Make sure to catch Braves Country right here on the key. We go live 3 to 5, and we'll keep you up to date on the upcoming schedule for Braves Country. That's Braves Country HD and Braves Country baseball right here on the key.
I tell people this all the time. You might think I'm crazy when I tell you this, but the easiest place to hit today is the big leagues. It is, and I'll tell you why. You make the big leagues. The lights are better. The umpires are better. Pitching control is better. And maybe most importantly, you're facing the same guys year after year after year. They don't get better. They don't change their philosophy.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The first pitch to Michael Harris is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0 pitch right there at the knees on the outer edge, paints the corner, and it evens up the count at 1-1. Lefty-lefty matchup, the 1-1 pitch. Swinging out of his shoes, and it's quickly 1-2. Tyler Matt's working a lot faster this inning. The 1-2 delivery, swung on and missed, strike 3. Changeup got him inside. Twisted him like a pretzel. And there's one away. Braves lead at 4-1. Got going early with the 2-run shot by Austin Riley, his second of the year. Orlando Arcia got in on the fun, hit his solo shot. First pitch on the way to Murphy is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. And then Sean Murphy got his first hit as an Atlanta Brave and an RBI single. It's the 1-0 pitch, misses inside. It's 2-0. The 2-0 delivery. Top of the corner, little off the plate, but he calls it a strike. Murphy, the veteran catcher, is not going to argue too much. He's going to want that call. And it's 2-1. The 2-1 from Matz. Inside. He does call that a ball, so it's 3-1. So 3 in and 1 out. The 3-1 pitch. Out of the zone wide. And I mean well wide of the zone. Matz is disgusted with himself. Looks over at the dugout. Probably wonders if he's about to get pulled. Quick update in the division, Phillies lead the Yankees 4-0 in the 7th. But the Brewers lead the Mets 5-0 in the 6th. And that is going to be the end for Steven Matz. We'll be back in a flash here, Braves fans. You're listening to Braves Country Baseball. Hey, Braves fans, I'm Mac Magee with Braves Country. We'll be right here on the key all year long, giving you Braves Country Baseball, pitch by pitch, inning by inning of your Atlanta Braves. Make sure to catch Braves Country right here on the key. We go live 3 to 5, and we'll keep you up to date on the upcoming schedule for Braves Country. That's Braves Country HD and Braves Country Baseball right here on the key.
It's the best in sports and entertainment, and get locked in and locked down with Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. with your host, me, Ryan O'Neill, each and every morning, right here with the best in sports and entertainment, all the way from professional sports to college sports to River Dragons hockey and everything in between, including some of the very best local and national guests. It's the Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, right here on 99.1 FM WQEE.
Hey, Braves Country. Braves Country HD is bringing you Braves Country Baseball all year long. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. We'll be bringing you play-by-play, pitch-by-pitch, inning by inning of your Atlanta Braves. Braves Country comes to you every Tuesday night and Friday night, and 2 bonus games every week. Please like and subscribe to youtube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back here, Braves Country, as the Atlanta Braves lead it. We've got a pitching change. Steven Matz is out of the game. Drew Verhagen is coming in for the St. Louis Cardinals. Verhagen, big right-hander for the St. Louis Cardinals. He's coming on to face Orlando Arcia with 1 on and 1 out. Arcia already with 1 home run on the night. And the first pitch on the way from Verhagen, the righty kicks and deals, and it's right there inside on the midway through the zone. It's 0-1. 94-mile-an-hour sinker. Last year, 21 innings with a 6.65 ERA. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Changeup pulled the string on that one. And it's 0-2. Kevin Pillar on deck. Acuna in the hole. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and grounded towards third base, but plenty foul. Braves 4, St. Louis 1. Brewers lead the Mets 5-0 in the 6th. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Arcia is down on strikes. There's 2 away. This lead holds. The Braves' lead over the Mets would go to 1.5 games, assuming that the Mets do not rally against Milwaukee. So Pillar was scheduled to hit. It's going to bring up Eddie Rosario. Rosario comes on for Kevin Pillar, batting 143, a 393 OPS. We're in the 6th inning, so we're going to start creeping towards the turn back time as we try to squeeze it in here, as we always do. Righty-lefty matchup. Here's the first pitch to Rosario, outside wide. It's 1-0. On this date in 1911, The Most Valuable Player Award is introduced and sponsored by Hugh Chalmers, an auto manufacturer. The first winners of the MVP is the 1-0 pitch to Rosario, swung on and fouled back, evens up the count at 1-1. First winners of the MVP awards, selected by a vote of one baseball writer representing each franchise, will be given to the Tigers outfielder Ty Cobb and Frank Schultz of the Chicago Cubs. The 1-1 pitch swung on, and that ball's going to get through the wicket, trickles away from Paul Goldschmidt. He made a diving attempt, and the ball, I think, kicked off the bag, so it doesn't get away very far. And as the throw comes back in, the ball skips off of Rosario's back, and somehow Verhagen catches the carom on the play as the ball kicked off of Goldschmidt's glove. Murphy went from first to third. So we'll see how they score that. The first pitch on the way to Acuna is a check swing, just rolls foul, and it's on one. They do give it a single, and I think that's probably the right call. That was a hard hit ball. Exit velocity is showing it at 102. The 0-1 pitch inside, and it's 1-1. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. On this date in 1974, in front of a crowd of 52,000 at Riverfront Stadium on opening day in Cincinnati, as the 1-1 pitch to Acuna, inside ball 2, it's 2-1. Hank Aaron ties Babe Ruth's all-time home run record of 714 home runs, hitting a first-inning 2-run homer. The Atlanta front office had considered keeping Hammer and Hank on the bench during road games as the 2-1 pitch on the way. Did he go around? They're going to say the check swing by Acuna is a strike. Evens up the count at 2-2. Looked like a sinker that he just couldn't lay off of. But the commissioner, Bowie Kuhn, ordered the Braves to put the outfielders. The 2-2 pitch, did he go around? He did, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. So the Braves put 2 on but failed to score. We'll be back in a flash. The Braves lead it 4-1.
God would never let me be successful. He'll kill me first. He'll never let me be happy.
I thought you didn't believe in God.
I do for the bad things.
And I don't give a damn who you are, how much money you got. You're going to make 7 out of 10 outs and go to the Hall of Fame. What others is it? LeBron James shoots 3 out of 10? Are we buying that 26? If Tom Brady completes 3 out of 10, are we buying that 12? No. So just accept the fact. I made 10,000 outs. I did Reggie Jackson's radio show about an hour ago. I made more outs than he got at bats. And he was the first to tell me that, by the way. Smart ass. He told me it was Mr. October. I said, hey, Reggie, listen, I was Mr. April, May, June, July, and August, and September. You were Mr. October.
Hey, Braves fans, I'm Mac Magee with Braves Country. We'll be right here on the key all year long, giving you Braves Country baseball, pitch by pitch, inning by inning of your Atlanta Braves. Make sure to catch Braves Country right here on the key. We go live 3 to 5, and we'll keep you up to date on the upcoming schedule for Braves Country. That's Braves Country HD and Braves Country baseball right here on the key.
1-1 pitch. A long drive to right. Ramirez turns to the track. She's gone. Day of justice. All is forgiven in Atlanta. Baerga is 0 for 3. Left center field. Grissom on the run. The team of the 90s has its world championship.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball on Braves Country HD. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Eddie Chavez is in the game for the Atlanta Braves. Braves bullpen so far has a 1.72 ERA and a 0.89 whip. Opponent's batting average 164. Hopefully that can continue. Back to the turn back time in 1974 when the Atlanta front office had considered keeping Hammer and Hank on the bench during road games. As the first pitch on the way from Chavez to Carlson is a strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. So he could equal the mark in front of the hometown fans as the 0-1 pitch down below the knees. It's 1-1. Commissioner Bowie Kuhn ordered the Braves to put the outfielder into the lineup for at least 2 of the 3 games against the Reds. The 1-1 pitch swung on and fouled off. It's 1-2. On this date in 1989, on opening day, Tommy John ties a record by playing in 26 seasons. The 1-2 pitch off the plate wide. It's 2-2. Yankees veteran hurler beats the Twins 4-2 for his 287th win, putting him 19th overall in career wins. The 2-2 pitch outside wide. It's 3-2. We do have a turn back time for Cardinal fans. The 3-2 delivery from Chavez. Swung on and grounded over towards short. Arcia's got it. He will fire it across the diamond and get the out. He had to go against his body, backhand it, throw it off his back foot, and a perfect dime to Olsen. There's one away. On this date, 1998, en route to shattering the single-season mark for home runs, Mark McGwire is the first pitch on the way to Goldschmidt. Misses low. It's 1-0. Mark McGwire homers in his 4th consecutive game to tie Willie Mays' 1971 mark. The 1-0 pitch misses down and away. It's 2-0. The 2-0 delivery swung on and fisted foul over towards the first base dugout. It's 2-1. McGuire's 6th inning 3-run home run in Busch Stadium helps the Cardinals beat the Padres 8-6. The 2-1 right there at the knees inside. It's 2-2. And that's your turn back time for April 4th in Major League Baseball. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Chavez pulled the string on that one, got him out on his front foot. And just like that, there's 2 away. Nice pitch by Chavez. The ageless one. First pitch on the way from Chavez is a swing and a miss by Arenado off the plate. It's 0-1. The 0-1 from Chavez. Kicks and deals, swing and a miss. Strike 2, it's 0-2. Chavez working fast. He was doing this in the spring. I think he might have been the fastest worker I recall calling this spring. The 0-2 pitch. Check swing foul down the line. So it's an 0-2 count to Arenado. 2 strikes, 2 outs. The Braves lead at 4-1. The 0-2 swung on and grounded over towards short. Arcia's got it. He'll fire it over to first. And that man's glove might be gold by the end of this season. We'll head to the top of the 7th. It's 4-0.
Better get that checked out.
I would.
What kind of a therapist are you? I'm telling you, I'm scared that something terrible is going to happen to me right away. You start looking for tumors?
I'm trying to help you.
I bet you're rooting for a tumor.
I think you better go.
No, I'm going, baby. I'm going.
Braves Country HD, your home for the SEC.
Back 3rd down on the 8. In trouble. Got a block behind him. Gonna throw and a run, complete to the 25, to the 30. Lindsey's got 35, 41. Lindsey, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Lindsey stop. Lindsey stop. Lindsey stop.
Second down from the 3. Comes the blitz, quick flip, caught. Did he hold it long enough? The official says yes. Oh boy, is that going to be controversial. Gaffney, the freshman. My goodness.
If he had it, he didn't have it very long, that's for sure.
And this one's in the history books. And inexplicably, the Florida Gators go 91 yards to come from behind and edge the Tennessee Volunteers in an ending that will be talked about for years.
Armchair. It's important to remember the value of taking time for ourselves to do the things that help us grow and explore, like learning something new. And now with the Great Courses Plus, it's never been easier to experience the joys of learning. The Great Courses Plus offers thousands of streaming videos that cover hundreds of fascinating topics. And because the Great Courses Plus partners with world-class professors and experts, you're always receiving thoroughly vetted, high-quality content from every lecture. So take a little time for you. Sign up for the Great Courses Plus today for a free month of unlimited access. Visit thegreatcoursesplus.com/radio to get started.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back, Braves Country. The first pitch on the way from Verhagen is a 95 mile an hour fastball. It's 0-1 to Matt Olson, who's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. I'm sure he's glad not to see Steven Matz. The 0-1 pitch misses wide and out of the zone. It's 1-1. The 1-1 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Changeup just danced off the plate, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch to Olson, swung on and hit over towards second base. It's going to be a 4-3 putout as Motter scoops it and flips it. And there's one away. That'll bring Austin Riley to the plate. Riley hit another home run tonight. Time for birthdays here on Braves Country Baseball. As always, we do the baseball ones first. The first pitch on the way to Riley's off the plate wide. It's 1-0. Happy 67th birthday to Tommy Herr, second baseman for the Cardinals from 79 to 88. The 1-0 pitch inside, ball 2. It's 2-0. Happy 36th birthday to Cameron Maben, played for Atlanta in 2015. The 2-0 pitch swung on and grounded foul. It's 2-1. Scott Rowland turns 48 today. He's headed to the Hall of Fame, played for St. Louis and Philadelphia. The 2-1 pitch swung on and popped up. That's going to be easily fair caught by Motter, dancing towards very shallow center field. He'll make the catch, and there's 2 away. The most home runs hit by anyone born on this day, Gil Hodges, 370. The most wins, Martin Perez. Happy 32nd birthday to Martin. 76 wins. Now with the Texas Rangers. First pitch on the way to d'Arnaud is popped up back behind the plate. Contreras gives chase, but it's going to bend out of play. We'll go right back at it at 0-1. Born on 1888. Tris Speaker, the Gray Eagle, as the 0-1 pitch is swung on and popped up. And it's going to be an easy fly ball to end the 7th. We'll head to the 7th inning stretch. Get up and stretch, Braves Country. Braves lead at 4-1.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. 0-1. 0-2.
was baseball mad, had the fever and had it bad. Just to root for the hometown through every stew. Katie Blue. On a Saturday, her young beau called to see if she'd like to go to see a show, but Miss Kate said no. I'll tell you what you can do.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3, stretch around and be home game.
Casey saw all the games, knew the players by their first names, told the umpire he was wrong all along, good and strong. When the score was just 2-2, Casey knew what to do. Just to cheer up the boys he knew, he made the gang sing this song.
Take me out to the ball game. Come on, me out with the crowd. I don't care if I never get back. Root for the home.
Welcome back, Braves country, as the Atlanta Braves lead it 4-1. Joe Jimenez is going to come on in relief. Big right-hander, number 77. Set to face the middle of the lineup. Number 5 hitter William Contreras comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a 400 average. The first pitch is a fastball, top of the zone, misses for a ball. It's 1-0. So we did the most home runs born on this day and the most wins born on this day. The highest WAR is the 1-0 pitch, swung on and popped up. Easy playable for Harris in center field. He drifts towards right center. He'll make the catch, and there's one away. Tris Speaker, better known as the Gray Eagle, born in 1888, played for Boston, Cleveland, the Washington Senators, the Philadelphia A's. Had an incredible 134.9 WAR. First pitch on the way from Jimenez. O'Neill is a sinking pitch in the dirt off the plate and wide. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch just misses off the plate. Another slider, and it's 2-0. O'Neill 0 for 2 with a strikeout, a ground out, batting .287. The 2-0 right there for a strike on the outer edge, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch inside spins O'Neill around. 3-1. O'Neill had to dive out of the batter's box. He calls time, and he's granted it. So it's a 3-1 count to Tyler O'Neill. Righty-righty matchup. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit hard into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. So a 1-out single for O'Neill. Eddie Rosario, who stays in the game, makes the play. Gets it back into the infield. Jordan Walker comes to the plate. Non-birthdays here on April 4th as we move along here on Braves Country. First pitch to Walker is off the plate wide. Slider misses, and it's 1-0. David E. Kelly writer and producer, turned 67. Robert Downey Jr. is 58. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, 93-mile-an-hour fastball, top shelf, right in his kitchen, could not catch up, and it's 1-1. And Nancy McKeon, Joe from Facts of Life, she turns 57. The 1-1 pitch. Slider down below the knees, and it's 1-2. They're calling that a slider, but Jimenez's slider really is much more like a slow curve. Drops in the 81-mile-an-hour range. Works much more like a curveball than it does a slider. The Milwaukee Brewers just hit another home run. I'll get the score. It's 8-0 in the 7th. The 1-2 pitch swung on and hit hard in between the 5-6 hole. Riley dives for it but could not make the play. So the Cardinals got something brewing here. Runners on first and second and just one away. And Juan Yepes, there goes that man. He's coming to the plate. Yepes, 1 for 2 on the night. And he has had some big hits against Atlanta over the last couple of seasons. The first pitch on the way inside. Yepes has to dive to the ground. Spun him around inside. Wasn't quite as close as he's made that out to be, but maybe he was diving towards the first pitch. A little bit of a close shave. I think the Brewers just hit another home run. They did. It's 9-0 over the Mets. Pitching coach Kranitz is coming out there to talk to Jimenez, calm him down a little bit. While they do that, go ahead and hit the scoreboard. Your out of town scoreboard. Cubs lead the Reds 12-5. Phillies 4-0 over the Yankees in the 8th. Rays up on the Nationals 7-6. That game is in the 9th. Pirates over the Red Sox 4-1. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. 1-1's your count. Threw high cheese and could not catch up with it. May have swung at ball 2. The 1-1 delivery from Jimenez. Righty-righty matchup. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back off the mask of Murphy. And it's 1-2. Blue Jays lead the Royals 3-1 in the 7th. Orioles all over the Rangers 7-1. Tigers 2-2 versus the Astros. That game is in the 6th. And later on tonight, you've got the Angels at the Mariners, Guardians at the A's, and Rockies at the Dodgers. Games that are already in the books. Jimenez gets set with the 1-2 pitch to Yepes. Here's the delivery, and it is way outside. Good snag by Murphy. That Gold Glove is on display. That was a nasty pitch in the other batter's box that he had to backhand almost like a hockey goalie. I don't know how in the world he kept that from kicking away. The 2-2 from Jimenez swung on and hit into left field. Will it get down? Sliding and making the catches, Rosario. There's 2 away. Good play by Eddie Rosario. He's looking up like he might have had some difficulty. I don't know if he had a problem getting it lost in the lights a bit. He didn't have much to time to react as it was a looper But Rosario makes a good play despite the difficulties, and there's 2 outs, 2 on. And it looks like the Cardinals are going to the bench to bring in Donovan. When they do that, Snickers says, "Give me the ball, Jimenez," and we're going to the pen. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country HD, wherever you stream.
Let me tell you something. If the U.S. government decides to stick a tracking device up your ass, you say thank you and God bless America.
Hey, Braves Country. Braves Country HD is bringing you Braves Country Baseball. Braves Country comes to you every Tuesday night and Friday night, and 2 bonus games every week. Hi, I'm Mac Magee, and we'll be bringing you play-by-play, pitch-by-pitch, for your Atlanta Braves. It's free to listen. Please like and subscribe. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Braves Country Baseball, for the fans, by the fans.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by The Best Things in Life, which are still free with minimum purchase at participating dealers.
I'm drinking wine on a Wednesday before noon, bro. Have fun at your job, LOL. Link in bio.
It all starts with just one thing. Glass jars can be reused to store food and spices, as a holder for combs and brushes in the bathroom, or as a container for plants and homemade candles, in addition to simply being recycled. Find tips and more at onethingus.com.
It's the game my father taught me how to play. It's time I saw things on a level plane. Something was rolling towards me, and it said Spalding on it. Picked it up. Instinctually, we push it back. And those days, those summer days became fall days, became our Sundays together with my brothers and I, and my dad whipping off his wicked curve. I just remember how my hands hurt. At first, as I was afraid of the ball and his coaching, keep your shoulder in there. Don't bail out. It's not going to hurt you, and that's what I remember.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Dylan Lee will come to the mound, and he'll take the first pitch and sling it up there for a ball to Donovan, and it's 1-0. Lefty-lefty matchup. Donovan comes in as the pinch hitter. Will probably stay into play second for Motter. The 1-0 pitch right there at the knees for a strike, and it's 1-1. Dylan Lee has looked really good this spring. Hope it continues as we carry into the season. The 1-1 pitch swung on. That ball is hammered into right field. Acuña's got it. He's going to bring it home, and a play at the plate, and he guns him down, baby. Sit him down, Joe. An absolute rifle by Acuña. One hopper and an incredible grab and tag by Sean Murphy. The inning is over. We'll be back in a flash.
He only has 3 rings.
We got a tie. We need to fix it. We need a tiebreaker.
I agree. Ties are not acceptable in fantasy football. Fantasy football is about proving that you are better than your friends, not equally as good as your friends, okay? It's not communism. We're not coveting Billy Joel cassette tapes and wearing ill-fitting blue jeans.
It all starts with just one thing. When recycling, rinse out jars and cans, and avoid recycling wax paper or paper soiled with food. This will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
Braves Country HD is coming your way live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on the Key. We're talking Major League Baseball, all the college spring sports, and the majors all spring and summer long. So keep up with your Atlanta Braves weekdays live 3 to 5 on Braves Country HD. And make sure to catch our play-by-play Braves Country Baseball all summer long.
the perfect time to start planning for your healthy, pest-free lawn with True Green, America's #1 lawn care company. True Green's science-based approach and local expertise will help give your lawn the year-round care it needs to be thick and weed-free. Go to truegreen.com/radio. Just call 866-946-5956 or go to truegreen.com/radio today and get a lawn to be proud of.
It is a haunted game in which every player is measured against the ghosts of all who have gone before. Most of all, it is about time and timelessness, speed and grace, failure and loss, imperishable hope and coming home.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball. YouTube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves lead it 4-1. Ronald Acuna Jr. just put on a clinic out there, scooped the shot to right field. I was a little surprised that they tried to test him. He threw a dart to home plate, a one-hopper that is the first pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies is up high for a strike, and it's 0-1. Palante is in the game now. So one hopper to Murphy, and most catchers would have had to two-hand that to make the play. He grabbed it, swiped it, and stabbed him out. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and grounded over to second, and the soft roller will get Ozzie on a 4-3 putout. There's one away. You can tell right away, if there's nothing else, that if any fan comes at you about, are the Braves better this year than they were last year, Acuna playing right, not designated hitting, and Murphy behind the plate, that's a deadly combination. First pitch on the way to Michael Harris is a fastball strike on the outer edge. Good pitch by Palante, and it's 0-1. Harris is 0-for-3 with a fielder's choice ground out and strikeout. The 0-1 delivery on the way and swung on, and it's comebacker up the mound, and it's going to get played by the shortstop. A quick 6-3 putout. Edman with an easy two-hopper flips it over to first. There's two away. Here comes Sean Murphy. Murphy, if you're just joining us, got his first hit and his first RBI as an Atlanta Brave. Drove in d'Arnaud with the single earlier in the game, stretching it to a 4-0 lead at the time. First pitch on the way is a fastball for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball down. Did he go around? It fell off the plate. He did not. And it's 1-1. The 1-1 delivery from Palante on the way right there at the knees. Called for a strike. Good pitch by Palante. And it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Curveball got him chasing down below the knees, and that'll end the inning. Braves lead at 4-1. We head to the bottom of the eighth here on Braves Country.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Whatever We Have in Stock Are Us, your one-stop place to shop for whatever we happen to have lying around at the time.
Hey, Braves Country. Braves Country HD is bringing you Braves Country Baseball all year long. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. We'll be bringing you play-by-play, pitch-by-pitch, inning-by-inning of your Atlanta Braves. Braves Country comes to you every Tuesday night and Friday night, and 2 bonus games every week. Please like and subscribe to youtube.com/@BravesCountry.
I apologize for the distractions. It's not what he said, you ignorant wretch. Spanish is worse than your English.
To protect his family from disaster, Steve used his camera phone. Done. By taking pictures of his important documents, Steve can always have them stored online. Learn more simple disaster prep tips at ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
I saw a sign on this door that said exit only. So I entered it and I went up to the guy working there and I was like, I have some good news.
I see great things in baseball. It's our game, the American game. It will take our people out of doors, fill them with oxygen, give them a larger physical stoicism, tend to relieve us from being a nervous, dyspeptic set, repair these losses, and be a blessing to us. Walt Whitman.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball on Braves Country HD. Please like and subscribe today, youtube.com/@Braves Country. Welcome back to Braves Country. The Atlanta Braves lead it 4-1. We're 6 outs away from getting a series win here in St. Louis. Braves are back at it tomorrow, 1:15 Eastern time, to play these St. Louis Cardinals. And what we hope is going for a sweep. We will have the call here. Bryce Elder is being brought up, if you missed that news, to make the start, as Max Fried is on the IL. They hope Fried can be back by the 16th. The first pitch on the way, Tommy Edman, is a fastball, top of the zone, called for a strike. Kirby Yates enters the game, and it's 0-1. 94 miles an hour. The 0-1 pitch, right there on the outer edge, called for a strike, and it's 0-2. Yates trying to get back to his 2019 form where he was one of the best closers in baseball. The 0-2 pitch off the plate wide, and it's 1-2. Yates had Tommy John surgery and long way back from that. The 1-2 pitch, right there at the knees. Yak him, strike three. He got caught watching the paint dry. Edman wants to argue. That was a strike for sure. It's a good frame by Murphy as well, but looking at the replay, I don't even think it was needed. That was an absolute strike. Beautiful pitch by Yates. We all know how New York media overreacts. They lost 10-0 yesterday to Milwaukee as the first pitch to Carlson misses outside. It's 1-0. It is 9-0. They're losing 19-0 over the last two games to the Milwaukee Brewers. If you don't think that's going to set bells off. The 1-0 pitch swung on and grounded foul. It's 1-1. Braves 4, St. Louis 1. The 1-1 way outside wide, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch from Yates, swing and pops it up. Should be playable. Underneath it, camping, calling for fair catch is Rosario at the 45-yard line, and there's 2 away. The way it plays out, if you missed the pregame show, Elder will pitch tomorrow, Strider on Thursday, and then they haven't announced who's going to pitch on Friday yet. Most believe it's probably going to be a bullpen game, as the first pitch on the way to Goldschmidt dances inside for a ball. Slider misses 85 miles an hour, and it's 1-0. Starting to rain in St. Louis. The 1-0 pitch, high and inside, it's 2-0. Kyle Wright is due back a week from tonight. So Tuesday night baseball will have it. The 2-0 pitch, down below the knees, ball 3-0. If you're new to the channel, we come your way every Tuesday night and Friday night, and 2 bonus games every week. The 3-0 pitch, way outside wide, and ball 4, and that'll bring Arenado to the plate with 2 away. I don't know if the rain's got anything to do with it. Doesn't appear to be coming down really hard, but it's definitely a solid rain that's coming down, and Yates just picked up the rosin bag, so that might affect him. Hopefully it doesn't. He's pitched pretty well so far before this rain. The first pitch on the way to Arenado is right there for a strike. Might have been a tad low, but we'll take it. It's 0-1. Good splitter by Yates. The 0-1 pitch. On the way, swung on, and that's going to be grounded up the middle in between the 4-6 hole. It's going to be a 2-out single for Arenado, bringing the tying run to the plate. Goldschmidt had to stay at second, as Michael Harris was on it quick. So the Cardinals have something brewing here. The tying run in Wilson Contreras, who definitely has pop in his bat. Righty-righty matchup. The first pitch from Yates is inside. Misses low. And it's 1-0. Rain appears to have subsided. The 1-0 pitch, swung on and grounded over towards third. Riley's going to have to charge it. He fires it over to first, and he gets him by an eyelash. What an incredible barehanded play by Riley. He flings it across the diamond and kills the rally. We'll be back in a flash.
The Almighty says this must be a fashionable fight. It's drawn the finest people.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Let's keep the Dodgers in Brooklyn. Our house is not a home without some.
But, I want to say one thing in all seriousness. I feel sorry for you people that don't drink. I mean it, because when you wake up in the morning, that's as good as you're going to feel all day.
Armchair.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
One summer day in 1839 at Cooperstown, New York, on the shores of Lake Otsego, the local academy was playing a game of town ball against Green's select school. The rules of town ball were so loose that every hit was fair, and boys sometimes ran headlong into one another. That day, an academy player named Abner Doubleday sat down and on the spot drew up the rules for a brand new game and called it baseball. Abner Doubleday would eventually become a hero at the Battle of Gettysburg, and his game would become the national pastime, or so the legend has it. Abner Doubleday really was a distinguished soldier, but he was at West Point, not Cooperstown, that summer. Never claimed to have had anything to do with baseball, may never have even seen a professional game.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves lead it 4-1. Low scoring game, but an exciting game so far. They'll try to tack on one or two more insurance runs here in the top of the ninth. Rain is continuing in St. Louis, more of a drizzle. Upcoming broadcast tomorrow will come your way at 1:15 Eastern. That'll be Bryce Elder on the mound. Friday night at 7:20 against the Padres. And this week, no Saturday afternoon game. We're going to bring you the Sunday night baseball game, 7:08 Eastern. Tuesday and Wednesday night, there is no day game next week. First pitch on the way to RC is swung on, and it is rifled into left field, but on a line and making the catch. A nice defensive stab by the Cardinals left fielder, Dylan Carlson, and there's one away. Next week will come your way Tuesday night, Wednesday night, our Friday night game as always, and Saturday afternoon. Those are against the Reds and the Royals. First pitch on the way to Rosario is a high strike. I don't know about that one. That looked like it was off the edge. He gave him the benefit of the doubt. Might have something to do with the rain. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch to Rosario. Swing and a miss. Strike two. He's quickly out in front. 0-2. Took something off of that one. Just got out on his front foot. The 0-2 pitch to Rosario. Swung on and hit hard into right center field. It's going to get down for a base hit, and Rosario and the Atlanta Braves have something going here in the top of the ninth. Let's get some runs here. By the way, the Philadelphia Phillies get their first win of the 2023 season. They beat the Yankees 4-1. That's the bad news. The good news is Mets are down to their last out, and they trail 9-0 in the top of 9 in Milwaukee. So that'll bring Ronald Acuna Jr. to the plate. He's 2 for 4, hitting .381 on the young season. The first pitch to Ronnie is a swing and a miss. Took something off of that one. He was way out in front. It's 0-1. It's registering as a slider, but really looks, it's almost like a change. The 0-1 pitch right there on the edge. Fastball called for a strike. 95 miles an hour. And it's 0-2. On deck, Matt Olson. The rain continues to come down, trickle down as the Braves lead it by 3 in the 9th inning. Gallegos flips and spins and throws it over to first to keep Rosario close by. So that's one move to first. Sure, all of aware, but just a reminder, you can only make 2 moves to first after that. If you don't get them, it's a balk. The 0-2 pitch inside for a ball. It's 1-2. One on, one out. A 1-2 count on Acuna. Gallegos brings it. And swing and a miss, strike 3. And Contreras jumps to his feet, fires it down to first, trying to catch Rosario napping, but no such luck. There's 2 away. So a 2 out. Matt Olson comes to the plate. Matt Olson is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. He's been hitting really well to start the season. It was torrid in the spring. First pitch on the way to Olson is fired down the left field line, but plenty foul. It's 0-1. Braves 4, St. Louis 1. We're here in the top of the 9th. The 0-1 pitch right there inside, but they're going to give it a generous strike call, and it's 0-2. It is a final in Wisconsin. The Brewers have shut out the Mets again. 9-0. Back-to-back shutouts for the first time since 2020, it says. The 0-2 pitch. Way high. Fastball misses out of the zone, and it's 1-2. A.J. Minter is warming up in the Atlanta bullpen to close. So Atlanta tries to get the series win, and the 1-2 pitch. Outside wide. Thankfully, Valentine didn't give him that wide strike. It's 2-2. It's been a little off and on with his strike calls tonight. I'm surprised Olsen didn't take a hack at that. The 2-2 pitch. Inside, ball 3, full count. Slider misses inside. Started sailing inside. It almost looked like it might actually clip him. So you got a full count. Rosario on first. 2 away. The runner goes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Chase a slider in the dirt, and that'll end the inning. But Atlanta leads it 4-1. We head to the bottom of the 9th.
I should have gone to law school or high school.
Braves Country HD. On YouTube Live, we cover Braves baseball, Red Sox, Yankees, Rays, Cubs and Cardinals, and the rest of Major League Baseball every day. Subscribe and like us today. Your first choice for sports talk live from the First Coast. Stay locked in on Braves Country HD. Always just moments away from the big play.
There's Cunningham. Dodges left and puts it way downfield for Fred Barnett, who has the catch. And the race is on. There are no flags. A 95-yard touchdown.
The ball just over the goal line of the Cowboys. Dorsett, single setback. Big opening for Tony Dorsett. Look out, he's got great speed. 99 yards and a half. Dorsett down the sideline. Stays in bounds. Can you believe that? 99.5-yard run, I think, is the longest run in the history of the league.
Here's Cunningham back to throw it and going deep, and he's got Moss, and there's a flag on the play, and Moss has caught the pass, and it's in the end zone anyway. Touchdown. Just throw it as far as you can.
Randy Moss is amazing. Randall Cunningham is amazing.
Mike Schmidt batting .286, 10 homers. He's knocked in 29. He's tied for second in the league in home runs behind Eric Davis, who has 13 of them. Schmidt, Dawson, and Durham of the Cubs each have 10. 1-1 to Schmidt. Schmidt lifetime is hitting just .189 against Nolan Ryan. 7 hits and 37 at bats. 5 of those 7 hits have been home runs. Struck him out. First strikeout for Ryan. That's 2 down here in the first.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. A.J. Minter comes into the game looking for a save here and a save opportunity with a 3-run lead. Trying to get the Atlanta Braves to a 1.5 game lead over the New York Mets in this early season. And he will face Tyler O'Neill to start it off, lefty-righty matchup. And the first pitch from Minter, he deals it, and right there for a strike on the inner cut. It's 0-1. Might have been a hair off the plate, but it is drizzling. So I think Valentine's going to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. The 0-1 pitch from Minter. Kicks and deals. Inside, ball 1. 95 miles an hour. Zinged it underneath his arms. And it's 1-1. The 1-1 from Minter. Swung on and grounded over towards third. Riley's got it, backhands it. He fires it across the diamond, a long throw on his front foot, and he nails it for the first out. Beautiful throw by Riley. The bounce almost ate him up. That'll bring Jordan Walker to the plate. Jordan Walker takes the first swing at the first pitch, and it's a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Strike fouled back. It's 0-1. Walker, the favorite for the Rookie of the Year in the National League heading into 2023, 1 for 3 with a single. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Cutter inside, and it's 0-2. Big strapping outfielder Jordan Walker. They're expecting him to be a corner outfielder in the St. Louis Cardinal organization for a long time to come. Big power numbers in the minors. The 0-2 to Jordan Walker. Right there at the knees, strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry, and there's 2 away. Think he was looking for the local, got the express on the inner part right above the kneecaps. And as the rain starts to come down, we need one more out, Braves country, to put this puppy to bed. So that'll bring the designated hitter, Yepes, to the plate, and the first pitch is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Not 89-mile-an-hour cutter. Yepes is 1 for 3 as the fans have ran for the exits. The 0-1 pitch inside just misses. Nasty fastball, but I just missed the corner edge. I'm surprised he didn't get the benefit of the doubt. It's 1-1. The 1-1 from Minter. On the way, swung on and missed. 95-mile-an-hour top shelf. Could not catch it, and it's 1-2. Braves 4, Cardinals 1. 2 away. The Braves back at it tomorrow. 1:15 first pitch will be right here. Pre-game show come on about 12:45. The 1-2 count. On the way, swung on and fouled back. Just missed getting him there, and it's 1-2. Around the National League East, the Rays lost, the Marlins won, the Mets lost. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and popped up, giving chase and making the sliding catch to end the game is Matt Olson. So he got the golden sombrero with the 4 strikeouts, but he makes a pretty slide to end it all. So great defense by the Braves and pretty darn good pitching by the rookie makes it 4-1 Atlanta. Time of the game is just over 2 hours and 20. We'll call it 2 hours and 21 minutes. The Braves win it in St. Louis to take the series. We'll go for the sweep tomorrow. 4 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Atlanta Braves. 1 run, 10 hits, and no errors for the St. Louis Cardinals. Dylan Dodd will get the win. AJ Minter will get the save. Yates, Lee, and Jimenez will all get holds. Steven Matz will go to 0-1 on the season. So that'll do it for us, Braves country. Hope y'all enjoyed the evening. We'll see you tomorrow at 1:15. Braves win it. Braves win it. Braves win it 4-1 in St. Louis.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we're tired. talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Thanks for listening to Braves Country Baseball. With Mac Magee, we're proud to bring you year number 3. Braves Country Baseball comes your way Tuesdays and Friday nights and 2 more bonus games for a total of 4 games a week. You can also catch Braves Country, our daily sports talk show. We go live 3 to 5, 99.1 FM WQEE, Metro Atlanta. Other CBS, ESPN, and independent affiliates nationwide, and simulcast on youtube.com/@BravesCountry. Find Braves Country HD today wherever you stream. Your first choice for Southern sports and the deepest bench in sports talk.
Something of the 5th of September. Something of the 5th of September. She said a lot that I can't remember. Something of the 5th. Can I get another cigarette, please? Can I get another cigarette, please? Yeah, I know I live to regret it. Just give me another cigarette, please. Can I get another cigarette, please?
You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key in Noonan, Georgia, home of Braves Country with Mac Magee and the Armchair Quarterbacks, weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern, right here on The Key and youtube.com/Braves Country.
It's the best in sports and entertainment, and get locked in and locked down with Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. with your host, me, Ryan O'Neill, each and every morning, right here with the best in sports and entertainment, all the way from professional sports to college sports to River Dragons hockey and everything in between, including some of the very best local and national guests. It's the Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, right here on 99.1 FM WQEE.
Lineup for yesterday by Ogden Ash. A is for Alex, the great Alexander. More goose eggs he pitched than a popular gander. B is for Bresnahan, back of the plate. The Cubs were his love and McGraw his hate. C is for Cobb, who grew spikes, not corn, and made all the basemen wish they weren't born. D is for Dean, the grammatical diz. When they asked who's the tops, said correctly I is. E is for Evers, his jaw in advance, never afraid to tinker with chance. F is for Fordham, and Frankie and Fish. I wish he were back with the Giants, I wish. G is for Gehrig, the pride of the stadium, his record pure gold, his courage pure radium. H is for Hornsby. When pitching to Raj, the pitcher would pitch, then the pitcher would dodge. I is for me, not a hard-hitting man, but an outstanding all-time, incurable fan. J is for Johnson, the big train in his prime, was so fast he could throw 3 strikes at a time. K is for Keeler, as fresh as green paint, the fastest and mostest to hit where they ain't. L is for LaHoy, whom Clevelanders love, Napoleon himself with glue in his glove. M is for Matty, who carried a charm in the form of an extra brain in his arm. N is for Newsom, Bobo's favorite Ken. You ask how he's here, he talked himself in. O is for Ott, of the restless right foot. When he leaned on the pellet stay put. P is for Plank, the arm of the A's. When he tangled with Matty, games lasted for days. Q is for Don Quixote, Cornelius Mack. Neither Yankees nor years can halt his attack. R is for Ruth, to tell you the truth. There's no more to be said, just R is for Ruth. S is for Speaker, swift center field tender. When the ball saw him coming, it yelled, I surrender. T is for Terry, the giant from Memphis, whose 400 average you can't overemphasize. You would be Jubal if Carl wore a Cockney, but we say Hubble in baseball like football in Rockney. V is for Vance, the Dodgers' very own Dazzy. None of his rivals could throw as fast as he. W, Wagner, the bow-legged beauty. Short, close to all traffic with Honus on duty. X is the first of two X's in Fox, who was right behind Ruth with his powerful socks. Y is for Young, the magnificent sigh. People battled against him, but I never knew why. Z is for Zenith, the summit of fame. These men are up there. These men are the game. Lineup for yesterday, Ogden Nash, January 1949, Sport Magazine. Hey Braves fans, I'm Mac Magee with Braves Country. We'll be right here on the key all year long giving you Braves Country baseball, pitch by pitch, inning by inning of your Atlanta Braves. Make sure to catch Braves Country right here on the key. We go live 3 to 5. And we'll keep you up to date on the upcoming schedule for Braves Country. That's Braves Country HD and Braves Country Baseball right here on the key. Casey at the bat. by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With the smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult. He bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.